door leads presumably the rest of the house, and a door that leads to the offstage basement. We open on the dining room. It is night after midnight. All is dark except for blue light streaming through the window from streetlights and passing plow trucks. We hear the scrape of a plow truck on the gravel as Cal enters in his pajamas, tiptoeing, followed by Molly in a robe and slippers.
Ha! Those bastards aren't getting away from me tonight.
Oh, not this again. Is that why you dragged me down here? Let's just go back upstairs to bed.
For 3 years, Molly, 3 years, those State Department idiots have been clipping our mailbox with their plow trucks. It ends tonight.
Cal, for heaven's sakes, it's the night before Thanksgiving. It's 3 a.m. I have to get up and put the turkey in 3 hours.
For God's sake, woman, then go to bed. I can take care of these bastards myself.
Just once, I would like to have a holiday with this family, go off without a hitch. Just once. Cal chews her as she watches intently out the window, looking back and forth, waiting for another plow truck to pass by. Molly sighs, sits down on the couch, and reaches for a magazine and turns on the light.
Turn that off, or they'll know we're here.
It's not the Blitz, Cal. Besides, if I'm going to have to sit here with you on a stakeout, then I'm at least going to enjoy myself.
I told you to go back to bed. You just said you had to be up in 3 hours.
Well, what's the point now? I'll never fall asleep again. And I could sleep for 30 years and your mother would still comment on the bags under my eyes.
Oh, that's not true. Mother loves the family.
She's never invited herself to a holiday before.
Well, now that Marge has moved to Florida, she doesn't have any other family up here, and she is my mother.
I know. I still don't see why she has to come at 9 a.m. though. Dinner won't be ready until at least 2.
She wants to see her grandkids. She hasn't seen them since Chris was 7, and this is Lisbeth's last Thanksgiving before college.
Oh, I know. And I was so looking forward to spending my last Thanksgiving with my daughter at home, in peace.
Mother won't cause any problems. She's on new medication now, and her nurse has told me she's calmed down quite a bit. Everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. Now, go back up to bed.
I'm sure you're right. But if I go to bed now, I'll never wake up in time. Might as well ride out the storm.
Speaking of storms, it's really coming down out there. I haven't seen it snow like this since we were kids.
Do you think your mother will make it here all right?
Trust me, she'll be fine.
Well, it would seem so. Do you really think? No crow can be heard. Lights brighten the window.
Shh, here the bastard comes.
Cal opens the door and runs out the house, and can be heard yelling various profanities at the plowmen until the lights fade out. Lights out. Scene 2. We open in the same dining room. It is now daylight. Molly is alone, still sitting in a chair, asleep, with the magazine resting open on her face. She lurches forward and groggily comes to. No. Shit, it's 9! The turkey was supposed to be in hours ago. Molly runs through the kitchen off stage to put the turkey in the oven and returns on stage. Okay, everything's fine. Turkey's in the oven. Everything's fine. Deep breaths. She smooths out a robe and comes to a realization that she's still in her pajamas. Oh, crap! She runs to the door leading to the rest of the house, but stops short and turns around. She grabs a magazine from the table and moves the centerpiece a little to the left. She turns back to the door and turns around again and moves it a little to the right. She turns again and then back and moves the centerpiece back to its original position and nods her head and runs off stage. Kids, get up! Your grandmother's going to be here any minute! Cal enters from the kitchen door in full snow gear.
Molly, what are you still doing in your pajamas? My mother's on her way here.
You left me down here last night, asleep at the table. Why didn't you wake me up? You knew I had to put the turkey in at 6.
I've been shoveling since 7. It really came down last night. At least 1.5 feet of snow is out there, and they say it's going to start again within the hour.
Well, dinner is going to be just a little late. Everything can just be pushed back. It'll still be perfect.
Sure it will, dear.
1.5 feet, really?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to start again soon?
Yep, that's what they said.
Well, maybe we should just call your mother and tell her not to come. Wouldn't want her getting caught in the middle of a storm like this. For her own safety. You know, you hear all those terrible stories. Doorbell rings, a crack of lightning. Dear God above.
Are you going to open the door, or am I going to die out here like dogs?
Do not let her ruin this holiday, Cal. Cal opens the door.
Mother, how lovely you look. Was the snow bad?
No. I love freezing my awful off in the snow that come to my knee. If you have any sense, you would not celebrate on such terrible things.
It's a national holiday, Mom.
Your sister no have snow in Florida. But she not let me visit her. She says she's not ready. Ready for what? I raised her. She was born ready for me.
done.
Pictures? What good is pictures? Pictures don't feed the family. Pictures don't clean the clothes. Pictures don't raise the children. If you're asking me, pictures should be the last thing on her mind. Jacob of hers has hair to his shoulder and smell like a funk. Potatoes and Clorox. Does he enjoy disappointing his family, you think?
I'm sure he doesn't, Mother.
I see you choose to wear your pajamas for me. How thoughtful you are.
I was preparing dinner. I was just going to go and change now.
Please do. Fix those bags under your eyes. You look terrible. Now, where are my little Bunchaka? Are they in their pajamas as well? Did no one think to dress up for their ailing grandmother?
They'll be down shortly, and I'm sure they'll look lovely.
Kids! I guess you did not take my decorating advice from last time I was here. Your house still looks like that motel. Except for roaches. Do you have roaches?
She walks toward and moves the centerpiece a little to the left. Well, maybe this year you can write down all your criticisms so I'll remember them. Looks back to the door and yells louder. Kids, now! Elizabeth, Kevin, and Chris come through the door, and Molly
The children! Oh, my little Kevin, how big you've grown. Soon you'll be man. You look just like your father when you was little puppy. Oh, Chris, how much you look like my sister Gloria. You've become so beautiful. And Lisbeth, I see puberty has hit you like natural. Your mama must show you how to duck. Men don't like whiskers. Come, sit.
His father sits at the dining table with her. Mama pulls out a pipe from her bag.
Kevin, my boy, I bring you your grandfather's pipe. Soon a strong boy like you will need to learn how to smoke like a man. So you put the tobacco in the...
Mom, jeez, I think it'll be a long time before Kevin needs that, if ever.
Carmel, how suburbia changes you. It's like you don't want him to be man.
Yeah, Dad, don't you want me to be a man?
Be one first.
Alma sees Kevin the pipe anyways.
Now, Chris,
I prefer the moniker Lucretia.
I bring you this book. It's for great Russian poetry. I hope that you'll be the first in the family to learn the language of your old babushka. No one else make the effort.
I thank you for your offering.
Now, Lisbeth, I bring you...
Looks in the bag and clearly there's nothing for Elizabeth. Alma rummages around and pulls out a bracelet. Elizabeth's eyes light up because it's the first time her grandmother has acknowledged her.
No, I like this too much. Here.
She hands Elizabeth a bottle of Tums.
It helps with digestion.
She takes the bottle.
Now, when dinner?
The turkey will be done around 4.
4 o'clock? It doesn't take all day to cook simple bird. In my day, we cooked for 100 people in 15 minutes, like that.
It's a big bird, mine. We've got all the fixings, mashed potatoes, candy yams, pumpkin pie, you name it. Molly's made it.
It can't be that good if it take her all day to cook bird.
You're gonna love it.
Yes, if I do not have a heart attack first.
Molly returns dressed. Okay then, Elizabeth, can you help me in the kitchen?
Ah, you wear the color red.
Oh, this old thing, I thought it was quite nice.
Yes, Hitler would have thought so too.
Elizabeth, kitchen now! Elizabeth and Molly exit via the kitchen door.
All right, Kevin, Chris, put your coats on. We're gonna shovel the driveway. Mother, why don't you go help Molly and Liz in the kitchen?
Oh, and why don't I just sweep your floors and perhaps raise your children as well?
Grandpa leaves and so do the others. Lights out. Scene 3. Cal enters the dining room in his snow clothes. He pulls out one of the chairs and sits. He takes his boots off and leans in his exhaustion and closes his eyes. The door behind him leading to the basement opens. A man in a trench coat comes in. He's holding something in his hand. He walks over and places it on the table and sits down in a chair next to Cal. He leans over and hovers next to Cal. Cal's eyes open.
Jesus Christ! Hello, Cal. What God's name are you doing here?
I have come to celebrate the holiday.
How did you get here? There's 2 feet of snow out there. Does Molly know you're here?
I came through the basement. The window was open. Now the window is open. And no, my dear sister does not know I'm here.
Cal notices a thing on
found him dead in front of your washroom.
That is a dead mouse.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to keep him or not.
What the? Why would I want that? Throw it outside, damn it.
All right. Healing breath. I don't know how people in these areas operate. Always crafting, always sailing, always making salads that involve both fruit and vegetables. Maybe you also enjoy wildlife preservation.
Well, if it's dead, preservation is pretty much out the window, huh? Just throw it out, Garth. How did you get here? Did you finally buy a car?
No, I have yet to become a cog in the corporate machine. I'm a Mother Earth killing wheeled monster. I walk.
You walked.
Yes, the freeway is quite nice in the snow. You almost forget how many people die there annually. Did you know that nearly?
Molly enters. Cal, who are you talking to? It almost sounds like Garth. Why in God's name are you here?
I've come for the festivities.
What happened to you? Where did you get a car?
Don't ask.
What made you want to join us on such short notice?
Well, they turned the water off in my apartment.
Why would they do that?
I did not pay the bill. Of course. They were putting fluoride in my water. I will not bathe in chemicals. But then they turned the water off. So, in a way, it worked. I have not bathed in a fortnight.
Dear Lord. Oh, fine. What's one more? Of course you can have dinner with us. It's Thanksgiving. It'll just make Lisbeth's last Thanksgiving even more special.
I thank you. What time is dinner?
It should be done around 4.
Excellent.
You can go shower up.
Garth turns and walks back down the basement and closes
Cal, could you please go upstairs and get my medicine?
There's Advil in the
No,
bathroom.
my medicine, Cal. The medicine in my closet.
What are you
The
talking
Merlot, Cal! The goddamn Merlot! The Merlot behind my shoes! Go get it!
What is wrong with you?
Ugh, your mother has been telling me I look like Eva Braun for the past hour, and your brother just came in through the basement. The turkey is barely cooked, and I can't find the kids anywhere, and we're all out of butter. I just wanted a nice last Thanksgiving before Liz goes off to college. So for the love of God, I want a semi-chilled glass of $7 bargain brand Merlot in my hand in the next 5 minutes, or so help me God, I will crawl into the oven with that turkey and haunt you for the rest of your life.
Understood. Everything is fine. Everything is
The
A-okay.
Merlot, Cal! The Merlot!
Cal leaves and goes upstairs as Molly returns to the kitchen. Alice's voice can be heard through the kitchen.
You abandon your guests. I would sit here and look at my own reflection, except your silver is so dingy I can't seem to find it.
Elizabeth, Kevin, and Chris enter through the door leading to the rest of the house.
This book Grandmama gave me holds many secrets. Tell me your secrets, you bound beauty.
I hate this family.
What do you have to say to me, oh poetical one?
Ali stroking the book, opens it and searches through the pages.
Aha! How peculiar. A phone number. We shall call it.
What is your issue?
Grandma is a Soviet spy.
Nope, pretty sure she's not. Pretty sure she lives in New Jersey with a nurse in one of those bathtubs that you can walk into. None of those things really scream spy.
That's what she wants you to think.
Call the number! The suspense is killing me! It's like the series finale of MASH all over again.
Okay, Liz, give me your phone.
What? No, I'm not condoning this.
Give me your phone, or I'm telling Grandma that you wore a strapless dress to the prom last year.
Geez, fine, here.
Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. Interesting. Yes. Thank you.
Well?
You see? It all connects. This proves it.
Who was it?
A place called Ocean Garden Chinese.
Wow.
That's just a takeout place, Chris. That means nothing.
No. Clearly one of Grandma's comrades has returned to the U.S. and is operating under the unsuspecting guise of a moderately priced Chinese takeout restaurant. Don't you see? What better place to hold secret meetings? No one would suspect.
Yes. Is that nuclear waste or is it the smell of orange chicken? The world may never know.
Grandma was not a Soviet spy.
She was. She was my sister, and I shall divulge her secrets. I will reveal the unknown and publish a best-selling memoir and take over the world. I will, of course, give you all credit. Minor credits. Perhaps a footnote. Let's not get crazy.
And how are you going to divulge these secrets?
Witchcraft, my frail sister, witchcraft. I have been writing a spell most powerful. Anyone under its control must tell me their darkest secrets. I have been planning it since I was nearly a child. So young, so small.
Yeah, you really let yourself go.
Since I was 6, just a kid. I've known ever since Grandma swore out that priest at Aunt Val's wedding. I've known she stands for something greater.
What, the SSR?
She was a double agent, you see, working for both Russia and America.
Like Meryl Streep.
Exactly.
I'll be upstairs.
Fine, you coward. Run. Run like you always do. Well, it's just you and me, brother.
Okay, but first I'm gonna go watch Mamma Mia. I've got a need for Shriek.
Cal is sitting at the dining room table, reading a newspaper with a glass of water beside her. Molly enters, drying her hands on a towel.
I don't know, Cal. That turkey will just not cook. It'll be 6 o'clock before we have dinner.
Well, we eat when we eat. Don't stress. And would you stop drinking?
He reaches for a glass, but she pulls away.
I see you just move from room to room in this house. You just leave your ailing mother-in-law in the kitchen with food like livestock?
I was coming back, Alma.
No, it's fine. You abandoned me. All abandoned me. My son abandoned me. My daughter abandoned me. My daughter-in-law abandoned me. My husband abandoned me. I used to. Don't let me keep you up at night.
Mom, Dad did not abandon you. He died.
And how inconsiderate of him to leave me here. Oleg, if you hear me, I rip out your chicky when you come back.
Well, I'll be in the kitchen. Potatoes to mash, gravy to thicken, wine to drink.
Sons who steal from their mothers.
What was that?
Nothing.
Molly exits.
So, Mom, how's Alice?
I fire her.
Why? Things were going so well.
I don't trust her. I know nothing of her family. I ask her where she lives, who she talks to, when she getting married, why she not have babies, who she vote for the Jego. Is she trying to kill me? She say no, but I suspect different. I know of her people.
She's from Delaware.
The Delawareans, you trust them too much.
Okay, well, the doctor said you're on new medication. That's good. Are you feeling any better?
I don't take it.
Mom!
I hide it under my tongue and spit it out in my pocketbook when they no look. Who are they to tell me I have a condition of the heart?
They're doctors.
You could have been doctor if you tried. Instead, you marry a woman who take all day to cook bird.
I'm very happy. So would you stop picking on Molly, at least for today? She is trying so hard to please you, and she just wants a happy Thanksgiving with Lisbeth before college.
All right. But you know, I still wish you married a girl from Russian school. Like Irina Yuganova. She was so smart. Or the little one, Anna Zagsteva. She have lazy eye, but she would make good wife.
I'm sure they're very happy with who they have married as well.
Oh, no. Irina no marry. I never even see her date. Her mother say she a thespian or something. Anna marry accountant who no pay taxes. He dead or in prison or something.
Wonderful.
Door from behind opens.
Ah, Garth. Mother, this is Garth, Molly's brother.
Oh, lovely.
Hello.
Well, anyway, Mother, you really need to take your medicine. I trust the doctors.
You would.
Why should she allow the government to pump chemicals into her? Who are they to say?
Who are they to say? I like this one. He's smart. He know I don't like pills. Only Xanax on planes and vodka. Vodka is the best medicine. All mothers in Russia drink vodka, and the babies drink the vodka from the breast, and that's why babies don't cry. They slow at the start, but they fine by adults. But you don't like energy. I've been around for a long time. Now when dinner ready? It's nearly 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I've pretty much eaten everything in your freezer. Note to
I'll go check in with Molly.
So, what are your thoughts on the recent UFO sightings in Congo?
Ah, boy, my.
Lights out. Scene 5. Elizabeth is sitting at the table reading. There are plates piled on the table with silverware, all ready to be set out for dinner. Garth enters.
Hello, Lisa.
It's Lisbeth.
Are you sure? You know, I could have sworn it was Lisa.
I'm sure.
Oh, forgive me. I was thinking of someone else, an exotic friend of mine.
Well, she sounds interesting.
She's an iguana.
How lovely.
Yeah, she's diabetic, you know, such a shame.
I bet.
Reaching into his pocket.
Have you ever seen an iguana's insulin needle?
So, how is everything?
As good as any dying person on a dying planet.
You're dying? What happened?
We're all dying, Lisa. Very slowly.
I'll remember that. Oh, what's that? Mom? You need me? Okay, coming.
Walks on.
Oh, Molly, did Lisa do that thing you needed her for?
What? No. Well, yeah. Wait, what? She notices the unset table.
I told her to, what's the word? I told her to put the plates in their, spot on the table with the plate and the knife and the fork and the spoon, and they all hang out there together in that special way. I should have bought decorative boards. That was what this dinner needs, boards. Like in the magazines with the pumpkins and the glitter. How do they do that, Garth? How do they keep the glitter on the pumpkin?
I ask myself that every day.
You know what I hate, Garth?
What?
This frickin' holiday.
Molly, you love Thanksgiving ever since we were kids. The food, the family, the harvest sacrifice.
You were the only one who ever partook in a harvest sacrifice, Garth.
All those hamsters.
My gerbil, Phyllis.
I'm still sorry about that.
It's fine. But Garth, I'm over Thanksgiving. I read somewhere that the whole thing with the Native Americans and the pandas,
The pilgrims?
them too. I read somewhere that they didn't even have a Thanksgiving. It was just dinner, and I think they killed each other afterwards. That's all Thanksgiving is, Garth. It's dinner, and then you kill each other.
Realizes that her hand is empty.
I left my wine somewhere.
Wanders out of the room.
How do they get all that glitter on those
God damn it, Garth, you're everywhere today.
pumpkins?
No, you're fine. Did you take a shower yet?
I have not, and I shall not, until your water has been tested by a sanctioned routine master.
Great. Have you seen my mother?
Last I checked, she was in your office going over your tax performance from last year.
Jesus Christ. Mother, put those down.
Garth awkwardly looks around and then returns to the basement. Scene 6. Kevin and Chris are at the dining room table. A cauldron is in the center.
The crayons, brother.
Crayons!
Dad's chest hair.
Chest hair!
Pills for Mom's nightstand.
Pills!
And now, the most precious ingredient, the exotic quinoa.
The fancy rice!
Soon, grandmother's secrets will be ours. She holds the key to unlock ultimate power.
Like a coupon at Burger King.
Keep stirring. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, do you want to go put on Mom's fur coats and pretend to be roadkill?
Okay. Okay, now set the table. Okay.
Mom? Mom.
Yes, my liege.
Mom, are you okay?
deserve it. I am a strong, independent woman, and I deserve to lie down once in a while.
Okay. Go upstairs.
Ushering her through the door.
Thank you. Thank you for showing me the museum today, Your Highness.
Kisses as she leaves. Elizabeth sets the table. Alma enters.
Lisbeth, you do your womanly duties.
Yep, nothing like preparing for a long life of housewifery and drudgery.
You say that like it's bad thing. You know, I was thinking about you the other day.
Well, that's a first.
I was thinking about what lovely couple you and our Alexander would make. It's too bad you're first cousins. Your grandfather and I were second cousins. There were not many options in the village. In fact, I was technically a blood relative of half the village's cattle.
I'm not going to date my cousin, Grandma.
Fine. Die alone like a great Aunt Vera. You know, there is no shame to being a housewife. All my years of working overseas, it would have been nice to spend more time at home.
You worked overseas?
I dabbled.
What did you do?
I say too much.
Elizabeth shakes her head and continues setting the table as the lights fade. Scene 7. Everyone is sitting at the table. It is fully set with all the food except the cooking.
I feed the entire village at 14 only using 2 candles and a codfish, but you can't cook bird in 7 hours.
It'll be turkey. It'll turkey. There will be table on this turkey soon.
Molly, jeez, I thought you said you would stop. How much have you had?
Only so many.
Jeez, please, sit down and hold yourself together. Mom, the bird will be ready real soon.
Soon. It's always soon. Soon the doctor will see you. Soon the global is warming. Soon my bunions go away. Soon.
Mom, could you shut up for a second?
Well, how dare you? You give your poor mother a heart attack with words.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to avoid chaos.
Dad, I think I'm all shrinking.
Falling under the table.
You know, Cal, you should really teach your children to make wine. Start a family business. I believe it would really reinstate harmony in this household. And with Molly's drinking problem, it would probably save money.
Sit up, stay. Good. She doesn't have a problem. And Garth, could you not go all shrink on me?
I am Yale-educated, Cal.
You are not Yale-educated, Garth. You're a Gateway Community College educated, and you used the Yale classroom once.
I see no difference. Regardless, we must ensure harmony for the children.
Garth, for the love of God, until you release your spawn into the world, don't tell me how to raise mine.
I'll have you know, I carried a bot fly to term just months ago, and it broke on my arm. Being a mother has really changed me.
Tell me, this one, I ran out of vodka halfway through. I have to suck on potato.
Okay, everybody. How about we say grace? Everyone hold hands. Come on. Garth, you two, Kevin, Chris, now. And see, everything's great. We're holding hands. We're going to say grace.
Molly is drinking her wine like a dog.
Molly, stop that. Okay, everyone, let's bow our heads and say a prayer.
Kevin, now is the chance. Hand me the potion.
Kevin reaches under the table and grabs a small bottle and hands it to Chris. She pours it into Alma's cup and begins to drink incessantly to Kevin with her.
Amen.
Amen.
Molly, you want to check on that bird?
No.
Molly?
No.
We just won't have a turkey.
Enough! Everyone be quiet!
Something familiar about
Your mother has been up all morning cooking this dinner, and look what you've done to her. Chris, stop hexing your grandmother. Stop singing Phil Collins. Stop talking to yourself. I know you don't think you do, but you really do. It's weird. Just stop. Martha, you are not my marriage counselor. Molly, put the goddamn bottle down. And Mother, be quiet. For the first time in your life, be quiet. We are going to have a nice dinner and celebrate Thanksgiving like the Americans we are. So sit down, everyone, and eat your dinner.
Sits down and eats dinner in awkward silence.
So, How about that turkey?
Shut
I said sit!
Dad,
What?
I don't think Grandma looks too good.
Oh my God, I think she's dead. What have I done? I have been cursed with powers too great.
Mom, wake up!
Looks like a heart attack.
No, nobody moves. When your mother sobers up, she's going to expect to vaguely remember a perfect Thanksgiving. Mother can wait.
What the hell? I'm not eating dinner with Grandma dead at the table.
She stays. Now sit and eat. Molly can check on the goddamn turkey.
Molly gets up and ambles into the kitchen and comes back.
Dad, this is super weird.
I kind of like it. It's much nicer when she's not talking.
Just don't think about it. Just eat your food.
Grandma starts eating grandma mashed potatoes.
For the love of God, Kevin, just stop it. Molly, how's that turkey?
I never turned the oven on.
We open in the dining room. Molly found the dining room dressed in black.
I have to hand it to you, Cal. That was the longest funeral service I've ever had the pleasure to sit through.
Yeah, Mom really went out with a bang.
I just can't believe she died on Thanksgiving. Right here. Well, right there.
Yep, it really put a damper on things.
I'm sorry that we never got to have our grand Thanksgiving, Elizabeth. But who am I kidding? Until you're married, you'll be here every year. Oh, the joy. All those people who showed up for your mother, and I had no idea she was so close with little Richard.
Yeah, little Richard, he's a keeper.
Doorbell rings.
I'll get that.
Opens the door. No one is there. There is only a brown paper bag on the porch.
What is it? I swear if it's those damn neighborhood kids again, I will rip
It's
their...
Chinese food. Did you order food, Cal?
No, Elizabeth?
And I didn't do it. Where's it from? A place called Ocean Garden Chinese. Jeez, it's all the way from Jersey. Ocean Garden Chinese? Chris!
Chris and Kevin enter.
Did you order Chinese food from Ocean Garden Chinese?
Don't look at me. I'm trying to cut down on MSG.
That trail went dead after I killed. I mean, after our dearest grandmama passed.
Well, I guess I'm not cooking dinner tonight.
You can't eat that, Molly. It's from Jersey.
What in the world?
What is that?
I don't know.
She opens a box and shows a paper and unfolds it, reading aloud.
Open the door.
She turns and opens the door, and then she looks confused and then unfolds the paper further and reads.
The basement door. No.
She opens the basement door, and there's a man standing there.
Hello. The Eagle will be arriving shortly.
Who? What is going on?
Excuse you, stop trying to cover feel in the dark, you filthy youth. I was winning wars when you were a sad little swimmer. Let go of me, I climb stairs like woman.
Mom, what the hell? We just...
I know.
But you...
I know.
You were in a...
Yes, I know.
We put you...
Well, calm down. I told you I'd be around for a long time.
This is so cool!
Zombie Grandma!
Alma, you are dead! You didn't have a pulse!
Yes, and you horrid people ate dinner around me for 20 minutes!
Mom, what is going on?
Caldwell, I've been stopping my pulse since before you were born. I've been pronounced dead in 13 countries. But I'm still wanted woman in 7.
Yes, we thought it would be easier for Agent Bestserov to be pronounced dead by the United States, ending all international curiosity.
Agent?
Best damn agent this country has ever seen.
I knew it! I freaking knew it! Grandma, I have so many questions.
In time, small one.
This is the greatest day of my life.
So are you an agent?
Yes. My parents emigrated from China in the 1970s.
What? No. Agent, not agent.
know?
Your sister know for years.
Well, I'm just going to go and, I don't know, hammer something. Yep, yeah, I'll be hammering.
Deliriously exits.
He'll be fine. The same thing happened when he realized why we always have stew after pet rabbit run away.
I'm just going to pretend like this is a normal thing right now and ask you why you're here.
I live with you now. Lisbeth, I think we share a room until you leave for fall, and then after that, I have room to myself. That?
But, Mom! Bella, you can't live here.
But I shall. Move truck be here tonight. You can go now.
Evil has landed.
Leaves and closes the basement door. Other family members are in absolute shock. Alma looks around and sits at the table.
Oh, what for dinner?
Lights out. End of show.
Oh my god.
Kill him. How are you?
Good.
Guys, feel free to take your seats. There's plenty of room scattered throughout. So we're going to start our talk back now. If anyone has anything they would like to say about raise your hand. Yes.
I noticed in Rick's character that in the very beginning spoke with a lot of full words. She used contractions, and then towards the middle and the end, she started using more and more contractions. And was there about intentional, or it was very glaringly obvious that she was trying to avoid using them, and then she started using them.
It's kind of like because she's still a kid. I mean, she's only supposed to be like 7 or 8. So she puts on this facade that she's this very like learned, mythical, paranormal kind of girl. But in her heart, I mean, she's still 8. She doesn't know a lot. So it's sort of like in the beginning, she has this front on, and it's sort of like peeking through that she's still like 8 years old.
Are there any questions you guys want to ask?
Yeah, did you guys kind of understand the ending and what happened with the grandmother there? Yeah, okay. Could you guys see this being put up in like a black box setting?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. What would you like to see in that? Like more of anything, or just the show up there, or something? Okay.
So funny that
Okay, definitely. Any other things? Yeah. Makes sense. I don't know. She Addison said that she like faked her death, so she'd be dead in the United States because she's a spy. But, yeah, that was just it was a smaller line. It's kind of weird. Any other comments? Anything? Yeah.
I would have liked to see Garth at the end.
Yeah.
That character was really good, and I was just kind of expecting him to say
Okay.
something.
Any other?
Yep.
I think it would be cool if you included what she did as a secret agent, like what her missions included, or why she was skipping around the countries. I think that'd be cool. Then.
Okay.
Loved it.
Definitely. Thank you.
I think it'd be funny if like the grandma said like a specific example, like, don't you remember when you were at soccer practice that one time and I was running late or something? I don't know. It's like so elaborate, like it's fine.
Okay, so kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Great. The second show right now is Culture Shock, written by Stephanie Santoro, directed by Alexa Cover, and stage managed by Annabelle Cox.
Culture shock. Scene 17-year-old Miranda become a woman. Henceforth, she is about to be married off. She is reading on her bed when her mom bursts through the door.
He accepted! What? He accepted! Abu has finally accepted our proposal. Oh, this September, you, my darling, will officially be a woman.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, that's great news.
It is! Oh, sweetheart. Oh, I know it's more sudden than we thought, but, oh, believe me, with these kinds of things, the sooner the better. Oh, your life is about to finally begin. Oh, this calls for a celebration. Oh, I'm going to tell your father. He's going to be so happy for you. Oh, tonight, we eat like our ancestors.
Fahima exits abruptly. Sasha throws both, crunches into a ball. Crying and muffling swears are heard.
Breathe, breathe. Pull yourself together. Oh, shit, I can't do this. My God.
Starts crying hysterically, but stops suddenly when she hears something outside her window. She peers out as she's getting up from her bed. She reaches her window and looks right out in shock.
What the hell? I told you can't pull this Romeo and Juliet stuff without telling me before.
Ow! Damn it! I texted you I was coming. Your birthday's next week, and you know I'm stuck with work.
Yeah, well, this really isn't the time.
Baby, what's the matter?
He said yes.
What?
I'm actually going to be my sleazebag cousin's wife.
What?
You heard right.
Your mom is actually doing this? How can she force you to marry your own damn cousin when she knows he's your own goddamn cousin?
It's an honor, darling.
So are you gonna do it?
It's not that simple.
How can it be not that simple?
She has no idea how I feel about any of this. In her eyes, I'm her perfect Iranian daughter, ready to make her proud and fulfill my destiny. She doesn't know that I can't be the daughter she thinks I am, no matter how much I want to make her proud. I was too little when we moved out of Iran, and English was my first language. I mean, I knew some Turkish, like how to say mom and dad and even milk, but home was never Iran. It was always here. In your family, the worst thing to be is a druggie or a serial killer. But in my family, the absolute worst thing to be is American. They don't even get the point of baseball games or barbecues or shit, even Seinfeld. It's all a memory now. Believe it or not, Iran was once a beautiful place. It's a war zone now. But my mom says there used to be dancing and feasts and beauty, but I guess life happened. Their home became a place full of rage and war, so they had to get out of there for me. But by raising me here, though, I've become American. They didn't want to move here because to them this is enemy territory, but they had no choice. That's how Americans are to them. In Iran, you're brought up to believe that marriage is the best thing women are good for. But here I can be something. I can be anything I want to be. Why aren't they happy about that? They're always fucking talking about how much they miss home. But they'll never understand that this is my home. With you. I can't do it anymore, David.
You won't have to. I love you, Saja. And everything's gonna be okay. I promise.
Fahima calls her. They break kiss, and David goes out the window. And scene 2. Fahima and Saja's father are at the dinner table downstairs eating dinner. Saja's father is notably older. Silent while quietly.
How's your rice? Not undercooked?
Fine.
Sasha will definitely need to learn how to prepare meals for her husband. Oh, I can't believe this is finally happening. Oh, I was thinking the ceremony will be at Boo's. Oh, we need to order the flowers. Oh, white or gold roses.
Fine.
Huh?
Sounds great.
Oh, where's Sasha? I told her to come down 10 minutes ago.
Call Saja.
Sasha!
Coming!
Enter Saja.
It's about time. Your dinner was getting cold.
Sorry, I was just finishing.
We were supposed to have a family dinner. When September comes around, you are going to be the one making the dinners. You need to realize your responsibilities. Do you really think staying up late reading books isn't going to make you a good wife for Abu?
Well, it's just, look, Mother, there's something I've been meaning to.
You need to start focusing on how to be a wife and mother. Do you really think Abu is going to want a housewife who knows how to read, or a housewife that can be a good mother for his children?
I need the good grades for college.
For what? Oh, what makes you think you're going there?
Well, I mean,
And you think if we was going to jump right into this idea?
I didn't really think you would mind if his wife wanted to educate herself.
It would be a waste of its time and his money. You need to get your priorities right. It is an honor to do what you are doing. Start to realize. What did you?
I just said no. I will never, ever be a boo's wife. He's repulsive and he's a creep. My life will be more than trying to please my husband. I'm going to please myself. I want to be a doctor, so I will. I want to go on hikes and marry the person I love, so I will. And most of all, I want to live my life the way I want and find out what it means to be American, because mother, I am.
Doctor. You think you can be a doctor? No one will let you. And you want to know why? Because you will never be American. No matter how hard you try to be, you will never be that. Out of my sight. Watch me.
Sasha!
Scene 3. It's been a few months since Sasha ran out of the house. She hasn't returned home. Fahima and Sasha's father are watching TV.
I don't understand how these people find these shows entertaining. How can this girl live with herself? Her mother must be so disappointed. And how can a woman be rich by broadcasting herself as a... It's repulsive to me.
So just change the channel if you don't like it.
After I see the other daughters.
After you what?
Oh, I know it's sad, but strangely addicting. I'm so curious as to see the other daughters.
Why don't you worry about your own damn daughter?
Why? How can you even say it like that?
Fahima, give it a rest.
It's not my fault. My daughter was brainwashed. How dare she go and...
Go and what? Live her dream? Allah forbid. We raised her to be a woman. If that's what womanhood is here, then so be it.
Here? She is no woman. She betrayed me. Betrayed us. She has a duty to us. She can't just do whatever she wants and not think about me. Well, us? I mean, how can she just go and think she can go off and be a doctor and completely throw away the plans we made for her? Who is a good match? You would provide for her and make sure she...
Never did it for me.
What?
Boy never did it for me. Didn't deserve Sergeant.
Comes from the richest side of our family. How does she think Sasha deserves that?
Kind of a sneeze.
Where is this coming from? Don't you want her to live a good life?
You really want to know where this is coming from? I want her to live her life. I know you miss how it used to be, Fahima. Allah knows I do too. But we're not there anymore. There isn't even there anymore. I know it's set in your blood that that's the way life should be, but maybe this is better for her. Maybe it all happened for a reason. Maybe we have to come here for a reason and give our daughter the life that was meant for her. And maybe for once you were wrong.
Exit Sasha's father. And Scene 4. Years have passed. It is made clear by how old Fahima looks. Sasha never returned home. Sasha's father has also passed away since. Fahima is on the couch watching television while being taken care of by her nurse Nancy.
Fahima, would you like milk or water in your oatmeal?
Does it matter? Whichever makes the oats a meal.
Okay, almost ready. Here you are, most important meal of the day.
Excellent.
And make sure you take your medication this time. Now, I know it's not the best process, but your body needs those tiny pills to...
That will be enough, Nancy.
Oh, right. Anything else you want? Coffee, magazine?
No. You can just leave this lonely old woman to enjoy the highlight of her day.
Okay, if you need anything, I'll be in the kitchen.
Exit Nancy. Fahima grabs her remote and starts to change channels. News channel is on and is announcing that Sasha has just completed her first ever body.
Sasha
Fahima is now in a hospital bed in her living room. She is resting and Nancy is in the kitchen.
Fahima, are you awake? Sorry for waking you. It's just you need to take your medication.
No, it's fine. Could you just fetch me some water? These pills are getting harder to swallow.
Of course.
Wow. 3 already? They don't tell you how fast time goes by when you're dying.
Nancy comes back, knock on the door. Both Nancy and Fahima are surprised.
Are you expecting anyone?
Not unless my husband's back from the dead. No.
Nancy opens the door and it's Sasha grown up.
Hello, Mother.
Sasha, what are you doing here?
I heard you were sick. Came to see if I could cure you.
Yes, I saw you on the television.
Oh, right. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to Father's funeral. I was in Taiwan for a procedure that was life or death.
Understood. So, why did you really come back to your bitter old mother?
I wanted to see you. And I wanted to tell you something that I should have 10 years ago. I was never able to tell you that I could have never been the daughter you wanted. I could have never lived my life the way you wanted. I wanted to, but only because I wanted to make you happy and make you proud. I'm sorry. I could never tell you the way I should have, but I was always going to be American. It wasn't like I chose to have those morals set in me. It's just they were always there. Please don't ever think I chose any of this. Chose to disappoint you the way I did.
You never disappointed me. Ever. I was wrong for saying those things that night. I didn't know what else to say. Oh, I always wanted you to be a woman and to have everything. Oh, I always knew deep down inside this was going to happen, but I thought I could change it. I didn't think being American was the way for you, but I was so wrong, Sasha. You're more of a woman than I would have ever hoped. So, I know this is too soon, but did you ever end up settling down? I don't know if you remember him, but I always liked that,
David enters.
David!
You remember me?
Oh, of course I remember my daughter's American not-so-slick boyfriend.
Mom, that's the other thing. He's not just your daughter's boyfriend anymore.
Oh, well, who was never good for you anyway?
We'll get the lights up in a second. In the meantime, can we invite the writer and director up? Round of applause for them. Okay, so now anybody give any sort of criticisms you want, anything that you feel see different with the story, doesn't understand, etc. Sean.
So I really like the part where she's willing her like the reason for that she should take the mother's life because like you'll never be a real American. I thought about you like reading in my head for why that would be, but when you specified like
What's the exact reason?
you like you'll never be a real American, you'll never be a millennial.
Well, because I kind of wanted to set like in that being American isn't about like being born in America. Like it's about like your mentality and like and all that. And kind of like her mom obviously doesn't have that mentality, and she grew up in America, so she has that mentality. So that's pretty much what I was trying to.
Other criticisms?
I thought it was a really, really great storyline. One thing I have to say is at the beginning when Sasha has that whole monologue and she's kind of explaining the entire backstory of her parents' beliefs and her beliefs and why they don't work. I think maybe instead of having it as one big long, one page monologue, maybe like break it up and make it a conversation where she's talking to David, so that kind of not just us listening to her just rant for 5 minutes.
And
this might become more clear through the staging, but it was kind of hard to assess the setting at the beginning. It actually became clear, but it might be easier to like make that more clear at the beginning.
Other visitors?
I kind of see more father's character, like when he's at that dinner table scene when she gets freaking out about not going to graduation, because I just think that's like a big thing because other parents are so like politically invested that I think there needs to be like some sort of reaction from the father, but I think that's just not something he would sit through and like let happen.
Jackie.
One thing I want to see more of kind of like maybe like more character interaction. They have like characters like talk to each other more, I guess, you know? Like show that they're like a family, like in other ways, you know, like see before the scene's the boyfriend where it's like first like they're having like a normal dinner with their parents or whatever.
Well, I'm actually working on that with the room, but the whole thing is that they're dysfunctional families. Like, you know, I was trying
Yeah,
to
but like show that function more than just like like I feel like you do a lot of telling that they're dysfunctional, and like the rule is like how like show those how you should like interacting in general, like show us how they're dysfunctional. Okay.
Sarah.
I really love the premise of this story. I think it's unlike anything we've seen in this kind of show, like in Theatrefest before. Something that I found a little confusing. The main character is constantly talking about how she wants to be more independent and strong and be on her own, and her mother is very much like that. But her mother is contradicting that by saying you need to do what your husband wants and stuff. So I think maybe if you give the father more of that power that she has, she can still be a strong character, but maybe they're like maybe their values should be more brought on by him rather than her, because if their values are that the woman is inferior to the man, then the men should be really putting this on. And also, the scene where the mother sees her on TV with the nurse, I didn't really understand why it cut off like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, so pretty much what happened was, it's kind of not really clear, but what happened was she was watching, she was flipping through the TV channel, and she saw that her daughter was like, you know, did this big surgery, this breakthrough surgery, and she kind of like had a like a seizure, not a seizure, but like she kind of had like a heart attack kind of thing, and that's why she fell. It wasn't really clear, but
Oh, yeah.
like trying to make that more clear. Yeah, that's like
I was confused as to why the nurse's character's line cut off.
oh, because she was like, oh my god, you fell. It wasn't like, oh my god, to the TV. It was like, oh my god, and then like, I don't know. I'll make that more clear though.
What was the procedure that they did?
Oh, she did the first body transplant. It's like in years.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I want to make something really big.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so going off of what Sarah just said, they're Indian?
No, they're Iranian.
Okay.
They're Middle Eastern.
Okay, so yeah, so going off of that, I think the dad should definitely be much bigger, even though the mother is taking more of the authoritative side. I think in that culture, the father is really big on that stuff too, so he needs to have more dialogue. It's great that he's like really, he's saying on that stuff, the father needs to have more. He needs to talk more.
Yeah, it does. I wanted to, I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's actually based off of my mom, because my mom is Iranian, and that's who Saad is, and her dad was really present through the thing, and it was more of a mom, like when she came out as trying to be like American, because she's American, like her, she's an Iranian, when she came off, she was trying to, like, it was more mom and daughter thing, it wasn't really her dad, but I'll try to put it.
Yeah, just give it more dialogue so that it's taking more like that she needs to follow what you're saying. The second thing is that towards the end, I know that it's because years have passed and now that the mother's kind of more accepting of her daughter, that she's like she's dying. But it's kind of weird how Christian's character comes in and like she's so accepting of that relationship, even though years have passed and thinks that she wouldn't be that accepting of that. So maybe drag that out a little bit more.
Time for one more.
Kind of going off what she said, the ending seems like it was too neatly wrapped up in a bow. I feel like the whole premise of this is just, it's a messy situation. You're dealing with two warring cultures. You're not going, even if you're dying, you're not going to be able to relinquish that. If it's that deep rooted that you can't see that her daughter wants to live her life, like, it seems like so it's like naturally very like, hi, my daughter's just walked back in my life after years, you know, I'm just gonna accept her apology for running out on me, not talking to me for 10 years, and marrying someone I didn't approve of right away. So it seems like it's too neatly wrapped up for a messy situation.
I think I was trying to say, if it was dragged out longer and you see the mother come to some sort of breakthrough, that'd be more powerful, I think. What do you think?
Well, just she was filled with regret. Like, you know, like she kind of regretted, like, kind of, because like when you get angry, like with something, like you obviously don't mean to, like, break someone's dreams and say you'll never be American. So she kind of regretted that as soon as she said it, and as she kind of saw that her daughter was gone, like, and she saw her on TV and making her dreams come true, she was like, oh, I was wrong. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something you need to, like,
yeah.
All right, everybody, round of applause. Hey, everybody, there's going to be some shifting around. The next show we have today is My Evil Twin. Written by Eddie Feely, directed by Sean Whalen, and stage managed by Rachel McCarthy.
Don't you dare put your money on
Opens on the living room. It has a couch, center stage, a table behind it, and a counter along the side, and a lever on the other side of the stage. James is working on setting up the table, as he does routine dinners. He looks like an exaggerated cartoon villain. His costume's good at the very least. He contains a cape and an eye patch with a visible scar under the eye patch. He moves in an evil, flamboyant, exaggerated way. He is cackling to himself. James continues to set the table, talking to Lucy, but focusing on the other half.
Hello, foolish brother. Here to thwart my evil plan.
You came in.
Well, you're here, and I always have evil plans to be thwarted. So it could very well be that you waited for me to come to you. Set a trap, perhaps.
Traps are more your thing.
Ah, yes, my death traps. You always manage to escape from them, but I doubt you will be so lucky next time.
You tried to duct tape me to on my bed. That's not a death trap. That's a crappy prank.
Do not insult my death traps. They are horrifying.
You loosened the top off the salt once. How is that a death trap?
Cobs are evil. And you escaped from that as well. Who would have known you to be soulless enough to toss out a perfectly good, if overly salty, potato? But you will not escape from my death trap next time. Because you will be dead from my death trap.
Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about dinner tonight.
Do you mean with
Look, I know you don't like Alice, but she's the first girl to not be scared off by you. And we're getting married in a few days.
But she's so unflappable. What good is a damsel if she won't be distressed?
That's sexist.
I only mean if she's involved with you. I'm not going to kidnap any girl off the street. That's how you get noticed by the police.
Your dedication to ruining my social life is impressive.
What good is an evil twin who doesn't?
Look, her family's coming over tonight. I've never met them before, so I want you to be on your best behavior.
My best evil behavior?
No, your best not evil behavior.
Very well, I will not cause a stir.
Really? No bargaining or anything?
No. I suppose if you insist on courting this woman, then I might as well get to know her loved ones for future reference.
I'll take it. Who knows? You might even like them.
Unlikely, I detest people.
Okay, I need to get dinner ready. They should be here soon, so try to help if you can.
James continues to set the table as Lucy watches.
Only a dinner fork. No salad fork, fish fork, seafood fork. How deviously uncultured of you.
That's not the sort of help I was looking for.
Bell rings. Hi, how's dinner coming along?
Pretty good. It's just cooking, I guess. How about you?
Just praying everything goes well.
It's dinner with the family. How hard can that be?
You know it's not that simple, and you don't know my family.
But you know mine. We can handle whatever happens together, I promise. So where's the rest of the family?
Well, Tyson and Mark went to pick up Patty from the airport. They should be here in a minute.
How's the police detail?
I'll admit, it does calm the nerves.
What was that about police? Lucy, you haven't broken any laws.
As far as you know, I think I would know.
Hi, Lucian. Any of your death traps?
Wouldn't you like to know?
You tried to put my hand in a warm glass of water.
Imagine all the time I would force you to waste if you had to stop and clean your sheets, not to mention the wound to your dignity.
I was awake. Well, you should probably see a doctor about that. Insomnia is a serious problem. Wow, what a nifty house!
Who the hell described the house as nifty?
You do when it's nifty.
Patty, how's school going?
Patty walked past Alice and looked around the room.
Boring. This house is remarkably large for one man to live in. I suppose he lives with a rich family member. I highly doubt you could date anybody with this access to these kinds of funds. The fact that you're getting married might suggest you're courting him for purposes of wealth.
Well, this is James, and yes, this is his house.
It's nice to meet you, Patty. What do you do?
I study the mind. It's very complicated. I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear about it.
It's not that complicated. You could probably Bing it or something.
I know exactly what you think and why you think it within a few minutes of conversation.
If she ever gave you a chance to talk.
I should introduce my brother. This is Tyson. He's,
Pretty chill. I do some work.
That would all depend on your definition of work. Mine is writing papers about various aspects of the mental landscape. His is getting high and playing on his Wii.
It's a PlayStation.
I wasn't talking about the video game.
Now, guys, we don't want to offend our host.
And who are you? Allison mentioned having two brothers.
Well, I might as well be her brother. Name's Mark. Pleased as punch to meet you.
He's basically family. I would have introduced you to him earlier, but he's been out of the country all year.
I'm just surprised somebody managed to tie Alice down. The old ball and chain, right, friend? I'm just joshing around. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
A friend of Alice is a friend of mine.
Always happy to make a friend. And who might you be, Paolo?
Oh boy.
Well, this is...
I am Lucian, scorn of the East Coast, villager of dreams, devourer of hearts, the nagging sense of doubt that hits you in the middle of the night, and evil twin brother of James.
Evil twin, you say?
They don't look alike.
Fraternal.
Fascinating.
Well, paint me purple and call me Barney. You know, that's a pretty golly gosh darn big coincidence.
You may have not also been made aware of it, but Alice and I also happen to be twins, also fraternal, much to the relief of one of us.
You don't say.
Can you give us a second?
James grabs Lucy and drags her to the other side of the stage.
Now I know what you're thinking. No, but all I want to do is figure out who the evil twin is and team up with her to torment you.
We've talked about this. Twins are split between good and evil.
Of course they are. Everyone's a little bit evil, except for twins. They're split completely between good and evil. Why else would they be twins?
Genetics! Remember, you said you'd be on your best behavior?
I haven't done anything. Yet.
Look, just keep it that way. Sorry about that. We were discussing forks.
Forks?
They're pretty complicated. Did you know that there's a fish fork and a seafood fork?
Whatever. So are your parents coming over or what?
Tyson.
Lucy stalks behind James.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
You have to.
It's disrespectful.
His parents are dead!
They were your parents too!
Yes, but you're the good twin, so it's part of your tragic origin story.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, you say that about everything.
Do not.
Do too.
No.
Yes.
Lucian!
Feel the motivation flow through you and drive your fight against all evil standing in your way. Use it to...
I'll use it to go check on the meatloaf.
That seems like a waste of parental death drive. Or was that what got you a degree in English?
James walks with Lucian off stage. Lucian follows him rambling his way off stage.
Well, he's insane.
I know it's strange, but could you guys please try to go easy on him? Don't write James off right away. I really love him. Just because you like him doesn't mean I have to like him too.
And he's got a weird thing going on with his brother.
It sounds incestuous when you say it like that. Is it incestuous? Lucian does seem to have an obsession with his brother, and considering the stereotypical hero
No
dynamic...
psychoanalyzing. You've only heard him talk for about 2 minutes. You didn't even talk for him.
No, I haven't. Yet.
Yo.
You're not. I am.
Patty.
Alice.
Well, I, for one, think they're just dandy.
Is that better or worse than nifty?
Hello, Miss Church. Oh, hello, officer. How does everything look outside?
Aside from your family and your fiance's family, there shouldn't be any other guests. We should be able to tell if your stalker tries to sneak in.
That's a rather gentle way of describing a serial killer.
If it were just a stalker, you'd get one police car and a few officers. Considering the fact that Miss Church's stalker has killed at least 5 people, we're being more attentive for your case.
Well, I, for one, think that the officers make the setting all the more romantic. What's more positive than the knowledge that the police department is waiting right outside your door?
I'm going to go check in the patrol, but I just wanted to make sure you trust everyone in the house.
I do trust everyone, officer. I'm sorry, but I don't think you introduced yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm Officer Jen Armstrong.
Wait. Your last name is Armstrong?
Yes.
That's a really cool cop name.
Thank you. Anyway, I'll check back with you and keep you posted on any updates. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy your night.
Will she seem nice?
I guess. I'm gonna go check on James. You guys try not to get in any trouble.
I need to take care of some bodily functions. I shall determine the correct room on my own since our host seems busy bantering with his sibling.
She means pooping, right?
I think she has a beautiful way of speaking. Anywho, that there was a delightful smelling garden outside, so I'm gonna go smell some flowers.
The gall of him doesn't even trust me in the kitchen. It's not like I'm going to poison the food or anything. He knows the last time I tried that, I just got both of us sick. Oh, what are you looking at?
Lucius, right? You seem wound up.
It's Lucian, and I am wound up! It comes with a job description. I must emulate the opposite of everything James stands for. I must resemble him, but in a twisted way. Like a moral funhouse mirror.
Yeah, well, whatever. So, was your dad Bob Calvin? Like that comic book dude?
Yes. He was James's father. How did you know that?
Bing.
Of course, Bing. Anyway, I expect you're most familiar with the Timekeeper series, the one they never finished. Father planned to finish it on the day he died. Obviously, it didn't happen. Car crash happens to the best of us.
Right. So, what do you do?
Torment James.
So, yeah, you don't have a job?
No, not technically.
So, what do you do all day?
I already told you, torment James. I would wager it's more than anything you do.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. I just want a job that won't bore me to death.
Lucian expects Tyson furiously.
You're looking for work, correct? I believe I may have a position available for you. Are you interested in making a large amount of money doing various tasks that I pass down on you? No questions asked.
You want me to be your assistant?
No, I want you to be my henchman. Yes, someone to help me plan my dastardly deeds. Someone to throw my levers. Someone to bury my bodies. Someone to tie up my damsels. Someone to listen to my evil rants.
I'm pretty sure I've heard a few already today.
What do you say, Tyson? You and me against the world?
Am I getting paid?
More than you should be.
All right. Let's do it.
Perfect. My empire grows. Now, are you opposed to getting a hump?
A real one?
We'll discuss that in your contract.
There's several delivery people claiming people ordered food. I'm sorry, are you Mr. Calvin?
Now, observe one of the perks of being an evil twin. I can fool this cop into thinking I'm James. Hello, Keeper of Justice. I am James Calvin, the duller of the Calvin twins. I am a writer who lives off his inheritance and does not use any of it to fight crime. I am stupid, and I'm getting married because I like girls. Derp, derp, derp.
You're not James Calvin, are you?
Damn it! Get away!
Almost everything. Are you Lucas Calvin, James's introverted brother?
That's not my name. I am Lucian, James's evil twin. I am dedicated to tormenting James in every possible way.
Every possible way. You strike me as unstable.
I wouldn't be a good evil twin if I wasn't.
I'm going to have to ask you a few. Armstrong's radio starts buzzing. 1 second. Armstrong. What?
Who was the dumbass that ordered a pizza? And Chinese food? Cake? Do they actually deliver that? Slice? Why the hell did you order so much food? I have to deal with this. I'll get back to you later.
Tyson, my first lesson to you is to never trust a cop.
Lessons? Man, can I back out?
No! Now allow me to show you my secret lair.
Lucy leads Tyson off stage and asks her out. You love her or not? Lights come back on. Alice walks onto stage. She runs a hand through her hair and collapses on the couch. James walks on stage to notice her and sits next to her.
Having fun?
I swear to God, I'm more nervous now than I've been. I'll be at the wedding reception.
What's there to worry about?
Teddy pops up from behind the couch. That would be because all of her lovers died shortly after meeting her family.
Jesus, Patty.
How long were you back there for?
Long enough.
How familiar are you with the Black Widow murderer? Patty, we're engaged. I wouldn't let him get this far in a relationship with him not knowing about it.
Not that it makes a difference. I would love Alice regardless of what happened.
The Black Widow murderer has claimed 3 different victims: Chris Simon, Tucker Flowers, and Frank Washington. What did all of these men have in common? They were all romantically involved with Alice Church.
I said I already knew about
Yeah, she's just gonna keep going. Can't really stop her now.
The Black Widow murderer has a reputation of stalking Alice and killing her lovers, which explains the police presence today. While this isn't the first time the police have made an effort to protect the lovers, the killer always gets them. There have been yet to be any leads on the identity of this killer.
Are you guys having a cuddle fest without me? Why, that's just plain criminal.
As much as I adore Mark and his touchy-feeliness, I believe I can continue this conversation with some charts. I just happen to have some in my car.
Oh, no, you don't, Patty. I swear to God, if this is your plan for the wedding reception speech.
So, what do you do?
Oh, no need for the small talk, Jamie. I understand why you might be suspicious of me. Alice has a handsome, charming, delightful-smelling friend you've never heard of. You might be thinking something fishy's going on there.
That wasn't what I asked, but okay, I'll bite. Is there something fishy going on there?
If you're asking if I love her, the answer's yes. I also love your sister, your brother, and even you.
Right. Still not what I asked.
I get what you're laying down, friend of mine. If you're asking if I love her, well, that answer's a bit more specific. I suppose I used to years ago. I mean, that's something we can relate on. Right, Jamie? How lovable she is.
I suppose. So you're okay with me marrying her?
You bet! You two sure seem swell together.
Well, that's nice, Mark. I look forward to becoming friends.
James, we're already friends.
Right. Forgot about that.
Now, let's go grab a drink to celebrate. I suggest a nice glass of wine.
Oh, I don't drink.
Radio! I recommend a nice tall glass of milk to share between the two of us. What did you think of my lair?
That was a broom closet.
You're a broom closet! Now shut up and get ready!
As he preps himself by the lever, with Lucy looking over him.
Why is there a lever here?
The house is half owned by me, so I took the liberty of setting up a universal ominous lever for my various dastardly deeds. I can connect it to any device my black rotten heart desires.
What does it do now?
Lucian pulls the switch, a toilet flushes off the stage.
Thanks, Mr. Toilet. I was just about done. This is far more satisfying than using the pitiful switch on the toilet.
That seems impractical.
Shut up! I am your master. Now, let's see how you fare in the lever-throwing department.
Tyson gets into position, holding the lever.
What's the point of this again?
The point is that you have to be ready for when we activate the death trap. Now, Tyson, throw the lever!
Tyson pulls on the lever as if he was trying to pull it out of the ground.
Stop that! Stop that! What are you doing?
Tyson stops pulling the lever.
I'm trying to throw the lever. I have to pick it up to throw it.
I said throw the lever, not pick it up and throw it. It's a common phrase.
Whatever. Come with some slack and move this.
Look, it's like flipping a switch, but it's bigger. Now throw the lever, Tyson!
Tyson pulls back the lever, then pushes it back into its starting position.
What the Sam devil was that?
I pulled it back and threw it. You said I can't pick it up.
somebody be this dim-witted?
Why not use a button? Buttons are easy. You just push buttons.
Because ordering you to push the button is hardly as threatening as throwing the lever, obviously.
If you're so confident, why am I doing all the work?
Because you have depth perception, and good help is hard to come by.
Wait, that thing's real?
What? Of course it's real. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Maybe you thought it looked menacing.
It does. But yes, I can't see out of that eye.
What happened?
Remember that car accident I mentioned with James's parents and whatnot? I happened to be in the car when it happened.
That's actually kind of harsh. Sorry, man. My mom died a few years ago. My dad went up and left a few years before that. My sister's the only family I got. Kind of sucks. So, can you, like, take it off?
No, I will not take it off! Who asks that? That is genuinely sick!
Whatever.
Not whatever. We have to build a death trap. It won't be built if you just act whatever about everything.
What's that about building?
Lucy wants to build a death trap.
Tyson, we don't go telling people about classified information willy-nilly.
Death trap? Why, that sounds peachy.
Did you just call my death trap peachy?
You betcha. Say, are those blueprints? I'm not that familiar with death traps, so I bet it'll be interesting to see how it works. I dabble in crafts myself, so if I ever wanted to make a death trap, I might need a frame of reference.
Team meeting. Tyson, is this mock character a skilled designer?
I don't know.
Can he be trusted?
Look at him. He's like a puppy fuse of the youth group leader.
And you're like a ray of sunshine mixed with a milkshake.
Right. I suppose it couldn't hurt to show you my plans.
It looks like a roller coaster.
I call it the Ride of Death. It begins with a collection of feathers, which shall tickle James senseless. After that, a glass of red wine is poured over him, ruining his clothes. After that, he is slapped in the face by a rubber glove and shot in the gut. By a paintball gun. And don't get me started on the fart machine.
Well, tickle me red and blue. That all sounds niftarino. If you don't mind, how about I make a few design changes for you? Some of these things could be dangerous if they're not designed properly. Who do you have building it?
I once built a tree house, a bird house, so whatever it was that had birds in it.
I have my best man working on it. Very well. Do what you feel is necessary. I'll make my own adjustments when you're done. Talk to Tyson about it.
Fantastic! I'll be on my way. Come on, Tyson. We're gonna have a scrumptious time.
What are you doing?
Nothing, officer.
Stop.
Building a death trap.
Mark, you don't tell that to a police officer!
Well, she asked.
And who is this death trap intended for? Alice?
The what? No, why would I? I mean, if I were to hypothetically build a death trap, I would likely target James, my sickeningly good twin brother.
And what's all the wood for? And that lever?
It's for lifting. That's what men do, lifting and stuff.
Jason and Mark both pick up pieces of wood, lifting them like weights. Okay, the woods are over. I have a few questions for radio buzzes. Oh, for the love of... Takes out the radio. What now? What? Are you serious? Again. You told me to stop climbing trees. He's a grown man. No, we don't need a fire to put Felix on. Stay put. I have some questions for you.
I think we did a good job keeping everything under wraps.
Wait, she knows about the death trap. No, what doesn't she know?
It's not about the death trap, Tyson. It's about the principle of a death trap.
That doesn't make sense.
You don't make sense! Go build my masterpiece with Mark.
Oh, I love making art.
You can't go around talking about that. It's a serious subject, not something you can just break down and analyze.
Murderous stalker?
Murderous stalker. Are you talking about that Black Widow character? I looked into him myself a bit when you became involved with my brother. They're a tricky figure to track down.
Great. Now Lucian's involved. Since you're here, Lucian, I have some questions for you.
How peculiar. I was planning on interrogating you.
I wanted to know about your relationship with your brother.
I was going to ask you about your relationship with your sister.
Why?
No, nothing nefarious. I just wanted to determine which of you is the evil twin.
Very well. You may begin. Alice sits down on the couch.
Have you ever had any diabolical thoughts, yearnings for power, lust for control, urges to crush your enemies under your iron fist?
If you're asking if I indulge in random power fantasies, then yes. It's cathartic. Why do you see yourself as James' evil twin?
Because I am. I'm the echo of movement you hear in the dead of night. I'm the one who knocks the door down. I am the one who will always refuse to recycle.
I see I was being too direct. My mistake. Now, your question.
Same question, but directed toward Alice.
What? I'm not one to speak for Alice. She is asking multiple times not to psychoanalyze her. However, the answer to your question doesn't require any of that. If either of us were the evil twin, it would likely be me. Alice is one of the most kind-hearted individuals I know. She has lost so many people. After Mom died and Dad left, Alice was the only one focused on taking care of us. And I can admit to Tyson and I being a handful. That's not to say that I am not perfectly able to take care of myself. But I admit that there were some times that she was the only one supporting me. I'm not evil in any way, but Alice is by far the good twin.
Thank you, Patty. Alice helps Patty with all the things that.
What about all the diabolical thoughts, yearnings for power, etc., etc.?
Allow me to speculate about that. These are thoughts you constantly have, or are they thoughts that you assume that you should be having?
What are you talking about? Obviously I have these kinds of thoughts. Why would I be asking you about thoughts I'm not even having? That's insane.
You're trying to get me to think that these thoughts that you have, that's actually pretty clever. You strike me as a low-level sociopath coming across as a high-level psychopath.
When the devil did they start ranking crazy?
It's not uncommon for someone to try and make themselves appear more sick than they actually are. The question is why? Attention, purpose, or is this something that you see yourself as? What drove you to see yourself as a bad person?
James was right.
About what?
Not all twins are split between good and evil. You're both evil. And not the good kind of evil either. I'm surprised someone as good as James fell for a wench like you.
He stands up and begins to leave. What makes you think James is as good as you think he is?
He has to be. I'm the evil. Now, what are you two looking at? Go annoy James or something.
I actually think I might. Thank you, Lucy, and this has been very informative.
God, now she's gonna go interrogate James again. Patty!
Lucy's phone begins to ring.
Hello? When the devil did I give you my cellular phone number? Fatima, why would we... Oh! Yes, devious. James will never see it coming.
Interrogation. Opens in the living room. James is sitting on the couch, drinking soda. Tyson enters, takes a beer from the counter, and sits next to James.
Hey.
Hey. So, what were you up to today?
Hanging out with Lucian.
Oh, are you guys getting along?
He's alright.
That's nice.
Yep. What are you drinking?
Soda. Tastes alright.
Oh.
Yep.
You must be James County.
Yes! Yes, I am. You must be the cop Alice mentioned. Armstrong, right?
I wanted to ask you a few questions about your brother.
Look, officer, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told literally everyone else who's asked me about Lucian. There's nothing dangerous about him. He's just eccentric. There's nothing to worry about.
I understand that you trust your brother, but Miss Church has a history of unstable people.
And you think Lucian would hurt her? Lucian talks big game, but he's harmless.
Why are all of you people so trusting of him? He looks like one of those exaggerated caricatures of a criminal they'd show us back in the academy.
That's profiling.
He's right. That is profiling.
You trust him?
Yeah. He's my brother.
Fine. Have fun with your crazy family.
I will. You know, he was all I had until I met Alice.
Oh. You're all right.
Thanks.
I'm gonna leave.
Right. Hello, foolish brother. How has your evening been?
Not that bad, actually. I had an interesting conversation with Patty and Mark. Tyson actually just left. He said you two have been getting along.
Oh, yes. We've been getting along.
You listen to the laugh. The evil laugh. That's never a good sign.
What are you talking about? Have you ever considered I'm just in a good mood?
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
Well, you have no need to worry, brother. I've merely been interacting with the guests. I must say, they're rather different from the usual crop of people you tend to interact with.
So you like them?
What makes you think that?
Well, they interest you. That's really the best I can hope for. How would you like the idea of spending holidays with them? Actually having a family?
I'll admit, that would be interesting. Much less boring than our usual holiday affair.
I'm glad. It's nice to know everyone's getting along. You know I look out for you, right, Lucian?
I never understood why you do that. I'm your evil twin.
Well, you might be my evil twin, but you're my evil twin brother.
That line was horrid.
Who wants some bubbly non-alcoholic happiness? And I'm not just talking about you fine people.
Don't mind if I do, Mark.
My pleasure.
James and Lucian take a glass from Mark. I'll pass. The placebo effect would rather be strong. That's not how it works. You're not how it works.
What about you, bow tie?
No, I kind of freaked into dinner.
Tyson, that's irresponsible.
No, it would be irresponsible of me to take the drink. I know my limit.
It's non-alcoholic.
Why would I drink it?
Mark puts the extra glass down and not takes one for himself. Everybody with a glass raises it and takes a drink. Lucian suddenly spits out the back. Lucian suddenly spits his out back into the glass.
I'd like to say a few words. I've just met you guys, but I have to say, I can see how Alice became the wonderful person she is today. All three of you have brushed off on her in some way, making her better in each instance. Words fail me when I try to describe the love I feel for her. Gee, that stuff was pretty strong. Wait, it can't... Lucian!
I have him in my clutches now. Tyson, get the rope.
Whatever.
Lucian, what did you do?
Just a knockout pill, my dear. He'll be fine. By the time he wakes up, he'll be tucked into my trap.
But I thought that you said you were...
Oh, God. Alice falls down as the lights go out. The Black Widow opens the living room. The couch should be pushed back. James and Alice are tied to chairs, center stage, in front of the couch. Lucian is walking around, laughing to himself. Alice and James both begin to wake up.
These ropes are really tight.
I know my nuts. I used to be a Boy Scout.
So you got kicked out.
I wasn't kicked out.
Lucian, they put you on the same list they put the sex offenders on.
Lucian, what are you doing? Why are we tied up?
Why? Because I'm going to expose you to my newest death trap.
Damn it, Lucian! You promised me you wouldn't do anything like this.
But brother, I was given an opportunity to do something every respectable supervillain needs to do in his career at some point. I teamed up with someone.
Who would team up with you?
The individual I have performed a partnership with is the Black Widow Murderer.
Well, I never really liked that name. Spiders always give me the heebie-jeebies.
Mark? Mark?
Alice, we really can't have you shouting. You'll strain out that bubbly voice of yours.
Mark gags Alice with something.
I thought you said you were over her.
Well, I am, friend. I just love killing people. Oh, gee whiz, let me tell you. Murder's a thrill. It's like smelling a flower on a spring day. You know, I made a hobby out of killing people. People only really noticed the ones Alice was dating, but that's because killing those people had sort of a bit of a different feel to it. It was like that feeling you get when you rub your toes through the warm sand. It's so pleasant. Eventually, I just realized that there were fewer joys in one's life than ending another's. I like to think of it as taking all the joy a person would feel or has ever felt, and then just feeling it all by yourself. Oh,
You know, Alice has always been a little frantic about the whole Black Widow thing, so it was a bit of a downer. And I figured the best way to make myself feel better was to kill her. And I'm gonna kill you too, since I know how bad it is to be left alone. And I'm nice like that. Aren't I a good friend?
Lucian begins to politely clap.
Very good monologue. It was a bit too much exposition, but that's the basis of any good monologue. You'll grow out of that with experience. You want to strike fear into their hearts. I like the part where you kept your cheery tone. It really evoked a bit of dissonance. I would add an evil laugh at the end if I were you. That's a bit of personal touch.
Why are you helping him? Well, I heard how he's always putting you in death traps. Well, now you and Alice can die in one of his death traps, and he can take all the credit with the cops outside. What a trooper.
Mark puts his arm around Lucian's shoulders, which Lucian awkwardly brushes off.
Yes, Mark here helped me design a new death trap. And now, after I made a few edits to his edits, I can truly torture you.
Lucian, he's trying to frame you for his dirty work. You're not a psychopath like him.
I'm at least a low-level sociopath. A medical professional told me so. Well, a psychology student, but the same idea.
Wait a smidge, friendo. What was that about edits?
Well, all you really did was add blades and fire and stuff like that to the death trap. That won't do it all. You need to torture him. So I took all of that out, and I brought back the feathers and the red wine and the fire.
You call it a death trap, but it doesn't kill him.
Why would I want to kill him? If he were dead, who would I antagonize?
Excuse my French friend, but what in the gosh darn fuck is your...
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sorry, chum. I just also assumed that you also wanted James dead. But I should have known that when you assume, you make a butt out of you and me.
I'm beginning we might not be on the same page. Okay, so your laugh is pretty intimidating. 9 out of 10.
Okay. I'm going to acquaint your brother with my knife. I'm going to acquaint your brother and Alice with my knife. And now I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to acquaint you with my knife as well. My knife is going to make a lot of friends tonight. What a joy.
Tyson sneaks onto stage during Mark's monologue. Mark slowly stalks up to Lucian.
You know, I was all set to let you take the fall for all of this, but you just inspired me, Lucian. If I want to kill people, I might as well take credit for it. You know, you really shouldn't be afraid of taking credit for the things you enjoy doing. Imagine how much fun it'll be going on the run, killing people until the authorities find and kill me like Bonnie and Clyde. My life may be short, but sure as heck will be fun.
Lucian noticed Tyson and attempts to distract Mark. By this point, Tyson sneaks his way over to the lever and begins silently trying, but failing, to pull it.
Oh, pish posh! You think you're so much better than everyone else because you killed a few people. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, look, I'm Mark and I like to stab people, laddie-da.
We're all gonna die. Now that just hurts my feelings. I doubt you can understand the thrill of murder, Lucian, although I really wish you could. Why do you call yourself evil anyway? You do a fantastic song and dance, but you seem to not have the gall to do anything really naughty. I mean, what I'm doing is illegal, but at least I'm having fun doing it. I just feel like taking you apart and seeing what makes you tick. I mean, I'm going to be doing that anyway, so...
Well, I killed my parents!
What?
Yes, I killed my parents. So that's something evil, and there's no need to get all takey-aparty.
Tyson accidentally disconnects the lever from the switch.
You know, I really hope no one tells Patricia how effective a knife is at therapy. I suppose parent-side is a fantastic thing. I'd do it myself if they weren't already dead. Anyway, you're beginning to bore me, Lucy buddy.
What are you going to do now? Stab me?
Mark stabs Lucian.
Why did I ask you that?
Lucy, no! Anything else you want to share with us, Lulu?
So Tyson slowly sneaks up behind Mark.
Just Throw the lever!
Now, what in tarnation does that mean?
Hits Mark over the head with the lever, knocks him out. Falls over as Tyson ungags Alex and unties Jake.
What the hell?
Tyson! That was supposed to activate the death trap!
It came off. Still, I threw the lever.
You didn't even do that! You just hit him over the head!
Well, if I threw it, it might have missed.
You're fired!
Whatever.
Patty Armstrong and another officer come on stage.
What's going on?
It was Mark! It was Mark the entire time!
The pepping one? We're gonna need an ambulance. We've got a wounded.
Hey, where have you been? Mark told us to leave you guys be while Lucy played with his death trap. By the time I deduced that he was the killer, he locked us out. So I contacted Armstrong. It was the first thing that should have been done, but Tyson had some idea about helping his boss or something along those lines.
Okay, fine. You're hired again. But only because good help is hard to come by.
Whatever.
Lucian, are you okay?
Well, I got stabbed and I seem to be losing blood pretty fast, so probably not.
What was that you said about Mom and Dad? Why'd you say you killed them?
The night they died, I had insisted they pick me up from a sleepover. I was afraid of staying over like a stupid child. I was the reason they were on the road. I was being distracted, raving on and on to Father about the latest adventures of Timekeeper. I had them so distracted that I never noticed the other car. Dead on impact. All my fault.
Lucian, it wasn't your fault.
Nice thing to say to a dying man.
You're not going to die, Lucian. I mean, they shouldn't have been driving that night. Mom and Dad were drinking. They knew they were driving home and they were wasted. It was reckless of them and it cost them their lives. In a way, I hate them for it. They put their son's, my brother's life on the line. You may have gotten hurt, but I'm so happy you were okay. I'm so relieved to have my brother back. I just really want him back now. Please, Lucas.
Lucas died that night. Lucian remains. Still, I'm glad I saved you. After all, I may be your evil twin, but I'm still your evil twin brother. It really hurts to do the voice.
You can do the voice all you want later.
Does this make me a hero then? I'm not a supervillain.
Yeah, you're a hero, and you're getting blood all over your cape, so stop that.
Lucian goes in.
Lucian! Lucian!
Lights go out. Epilogue opens in a hospital waiting room. The living room should be unlit. There should be a few seats lined up stage. James is pacing. Enter a doctor.
How much longer are they going to be?
A few more minutes. Sir, you really should calm down.
Why the hell should I be calm? Someone I love is in pain and there's nothing I can do to help them.
Is there anything you can do about that laughter? It's really disturbing the other patients on the floor.
I'll talk to him.
Hello, foolish brother. How is that wife of yours?
As fine as someone in labor can be. We're lucky Armstrong got us an escort to the hospital. It doesn't seem like that long ago we were here with you.
I got a pretty nasty scar from that experience, alongside the blood loss. Why, I believe that little incident was a little less than a year ago. Around 9 months, actually. Did you conceive a child the night I almost died?
We were really happy you were okay! So, I haven't actually seen you all week. What have you been up to?
The typical hero stuff. In my own deviously good way. I donated to charity. I gave random people ice cream. I helped everybody across the street, because I'm not prejudiced towards grandmothers. I also gave a walk, child sidekick.
There's no way I'm letting you adopt a child.
But Tyson is hardly as adorable. Not adopting a child, I'm acquiring a ward.
And where actually would you get this
ward? Probably an orphanage. If not, off the streets, wherever I see potential.
Damn it, Lucien.
Excuse me, Mr. Calvin.
Yes, how's Alice?
She's fine. Congratulations. You have 2 healthy twin boys.
Did you just say twins?
End of show.
Alright, everybody, we're going to do the trick talk.
don't think that was necessary. I think it would have been fine if they had just had an accident. It was just a mistake. I think
it's like kind of point out could be an accident, but self-pointing kind of makes sense.
Because I think the audience was like, oh my god, like we finally see a human in this guy, and then it's like, well, they were drinking anyway, so like, it was kind of like, oh.
You're probably right. Now I'm thinking.
Other thoughts? Alex.
Salt is in a carb.
What?
The first scene where he said something about salt is in a carb. Yeah, he said the carbs will kill you. Salt is in a carb.
Thanks, Melvin. Sodium is evil. Other points? Yes.
I feel like the Black Widow killer is kind of like played off. It's like, oh, I got this killer, but whatever. Like, let's just have dinner. We can move this killer around. So I feel like you could like build that up a little more.
Yes.
I thought the show was phenomenal. It was so good. It was a little long, and that's his character. So good. The transition between like being that happy person to being just like a murderer. But to go off of that, I would say like once he becomes that murderer, I would just like keep it at that for the rest of the show and just like show the complete transition of like how he really isn't. It was really funny. But that was what I had to say.
Good points. I'll add one. I think it was really well done, and like the character development I thought was like incredible. Like all of them, like you knew exactly who they were and stuff. The only suggestion I would say is put all the exposition at the beginning, because I felt like people were walking on and then they were like, oh, there's a killer. Oh, there's a cop here, by the way. Oh, it's also our wedding day. You know, I feel like if you just get it out of the way, like then the audience can just focus on the story. Other comments, questions, anything else? Oh yeah, and do you guys have anything that?
All right. Now, it was brought up a couple of times. What parts do you guys think could be like taken out or like go down? It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It could be something that could be taken out because it doesn't really add anything.
Raise your hand. Yeah.
The scene with Tyson and James, where they're like awkwardly sitting on a couch, it's very funny, but it did kill probably a good 5-6 minutes.
Right.
And that 5 or 6 minutes could have been used elsewhere.
Right.
I think the scene with the trying to figure out which the twin brothers. I don't know if it needs to be which the evil twin. I don't know if it needs to be taken out, but it wasn't really used later. Like I thought he was gonna get with her. Well, I mean, it was like, why else would he want to know which? Like, you know what? You know what I mean? I really did. I was like, oh, he's trying to pick one to marry or whatever. Jordan.
Yeah, going off of Sarah's point, you could probably like take away that scene and probably introduce like some more development between the like Alex character and her twin.
Okay.
I would have liked to see more of that dynamic.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And
We also didn't see a lot of Alex and James, just the two of them. It was mostly just like, oh god, this sucks, we'll get through it. It would have been nice to see them together, showing that, yes, this is a real relationship that's going to work, so they need to get through all this stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. That's always I kind of avoid you make that kind of weak point, but I'll force myself to try to write that.
Anybody have questions, comments, anything else? Other scenes, you think? Okay, everybody, one more round of applause. By 9 o'clock, we'll finish the show.
Pete, we have one more show left or two more?
I think 2.
Yeah. What's going on?
Hey.
What's up?
How you
Good
doing?
job up there. No problem.
Hey, how you doing? doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
It's long.
I know.
It's longer than last year's.
I know.
But the show, I think the show quality is very good.
Yeah.
That show was sweet.
Yeah, that was the favorite one.
Yeah.
I don't know how many are left now. Maybe like
Two more.
two. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see Tristan's. Tristan's the last one.
Oh, really?
I want to see where his mind brings everything.
Oh, yeah. That must be good.
It has to be good. People set such a high standard.
What's the next one?
I don't even know. I really don't. I'm so hungry, but when we get out of here, the food's going to be closed, I'm assuming. Right? It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock
now.
already? So maybe like another hour and a half, maybe, I don't know.
And food closes at 10.
Oh yeah, definitely. I need to get wood in. Do they even sell wood in this place?
Yeah, but the place is closed. Oh, there's a vending machine.
Is
vending machine's upstairs.
I'm gonna have to go find that.
Did you like the Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
It's actually
Like I said, the city
I'll probably take that out.
with no, but like whenever we want to watch, we can take that scene and make it Alice, and then you want to shoot it? No,
What's that? I'm like,
when I first read it,
but now they're
Yeah, so that's what I was like, we need to do right.
I might be ready
oh, thank you so much.
Look at his hair. Look at his perfect fucking hair. I feel fairly bad. Eddie.
Yeah.
If there's a stage, let me know.
Alright, gotcha.
We'll rough.
The show's so long.
I know, it's thick.
No, Detention Game, and apparently it's like an hour.
This is like the last one we just watched?
No, we have two more. But this one, I don't know.
Which one are you talking about?
That's nice. Apparently.
I still got to do interviews. I did one interview after this.
We have like 3 midterms too.
I wonder if Sean would rather do it now. Sean might want to watch. I'm interviewing Sean.
Sean Whelan.
Yeah.
I'm like in front of the camera. Hi, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, don't say something.
No, we're just recording for Jerry. Hi. You're so chivalrous.
Huh?
But you're so chivalrous.
next show is the Detention Game, written by Michael Tartaglia, directed by Anthony Tartaglia, and stage managed by Emily Shea.
Okay.
Thanks for your tips.
Scene 1. Welcome. School bell rings. Lights fade up on a classroom located at Greensboro High School. The sounds of students can be heard by the door. Classroom door opens to reveal 6 students and a teacher as they enter one by one.
All right, everyone, get into a scene. Let's get this over with.
I can't believe I'm stuck in detention on a Friday night.
Yeah, I
Sits
know.
down at a desk next to the back of the classroom.
It's our big game against Madison High tonight. And I promised Coach I wouldn't be late. It's the biggest game of the season.
Sits down at a desk in front of Brittany.
Oh, please. Unlike you, some of us actually have more important things to do tonight than play a little game of football.
Sits down at a desk in the middle of the classroom.
Oh, yeah, like what? Lay in bed, watch The Notebook while eating your life away in a tub of Ben and Jerry's with the belief that there's someone out there who actually cares about your feelings. Ha, it's a joke.
Oh, really? Like there's someone out there who actually cares about your feelings?
Tyler makes a move to go back at Emma.
Okay, you two, that's enough.
Tyler crosses Emma. Emma rolls her eyes at Tyler and crosses her arms. Tyler sits at a desk in the back of the classroom.
Thank you, Mr. Collins, for shutting them up. I thought my head was about to explode.
Sits down at a desk next to Emma.
Well, Violet, actually, that's not possible. Your head can't explode from two people bickering at each other. You need, like, really high frequencies for that to happen. And I just...
Shut up, Randy!
Gee, sorry, guys.
Sits down at a desk in front of the classroom. Hi, Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins walks up to Jessie.
Hello, Miss Wilson. It's nice to see you again. Take a seat.
Jessie finds a seat at the front of the classroom and sits down.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
That's because you don't care about anyone else besides the blockheads in your stupid little group that you like to call your friends.
What the hell is a blockhead?
Can you two shut up? That's Jessie Wilson. She just moved here from Glensdale.
How the hell do you know that?
That's my job, asshole. As a class president, I must know every single student here at Greensboro. She's new.
Brittany, Chad, Violet, and Tyler continue to have a conversation quietly.
Hi, I'm Randy Fisher. You must be new.
Randy shakes Jessie's hand.
Hi, I'm Jessie Wilson, and yeah, I just moved here from Glendale.
Oh, wow, really? That's so cool. So how'd you end up in detention on a Friday night?
Well, being new, I didn't realize the cell phone policy that you guys have here at Greensboro. I took out my cell phone in the middle of the class, text my mom to tell her that I'd been finding my classes okay and all, and then Mr. Collins took my cell phone away. Yelled at me saying, "Cell phones aren't allowed in class, Miss Wilson," and then handed me a detention slip.
On your first day? It's rough.
Yeah, I know. And now when I go home, my mom is going to ask me how my first day of school was, and I'm going to have to tell her that I got a detention. Real nice, huh?
That's okay. Don't worry about it, Jessie. Don't let it get to you. If you want my advice, Mr. Collins can be a real jerk every now and again, but as long as you stay on his good side, you're all set.
Good to know. Thanks, Randy.
Anytime. Well, is there anything else my higher level of education can help you with today?
Well, there actually is. Who are those guys back there?
Oh, you mean Brittany, Chad, Emma, Tyler, and Violet?
Oh, those are their names? Huh. Yeah. Well, being new and all, I just wanted to try and get to know people and make some friends. I guess it wouldn't hurt if I started in detention.
Fair enough. All right, so who do you want to start with?
How about her?
Oh.
Brittany.
That's Brittany Scott. Now, she's one of the hottest girls at Greensboro. She's the captain of the cheerleading team, and she's dating Chad Kennedy. She's also filthy rich. Her parents own Chartwells, and is always having parties at her house when we're away. So, if you want to get in with the popular kids, being friends with Brittany is your best bet.
Okay, so she's dating Chad.
Yeah. Chad Kennedy is our school's quarterback. Him and Brittany have been dating for like 2 years now. If you don't count the 15 times they broke up via text message, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, who uses that anymore? But other than that, they're going strong.
15 times? Really?
Yeah, well, rumor has it that Chad is being looked at by a bunch of scouts from Alabama, so him and Brittany will probably not make it that much longer.
Well, I guess that's your typical high school relationship in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So,
She's class president, editor of the school newspaper, and yearbook, head of prom committee, and basically the president of every single other club here at Greensboro. Or at least she acts like she is.
Wow, she seems like a handful.
Oh yeah, she's a handful of type A. She always has to be in control of everything. She also knows everything about everyone. Says it's her job. I don't know.
Sounds like a pretty tiring job to me. And what about...
Oh, that's Tyler Morris. He's Greensboro's badass. Drives to school every day on his motorcycle, and he's in detention almost every single day. He even calls it his home away from home.
What does he do that's constantly so bad?
Well, he's just always goofing around and doing anything and everything to get in trouble. But if you ask me, I think it's because he'd rather sit in detention after school than go home and face his parents, who are always fighting.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would do the same thing. And what about her? Points to Violet.
Oh, that's Violet Davis. She's dark, mysterious, and extremely sarcastic.
Oh, really? What makes you say that?
The conversation with the other 5 students breaks.
Babe, feel my pipes.
Remember when I said it was okay to breathe?
No.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, no, she's just a real ray of sunshine if you get to know her.
Yeah, I bet. And what about you?
What about me?
Well, you've told me everything I need to know about everyone else. So what about you? What do I need to know about Randy Fisher?
I'm an open book. There's really not much to me, but I promise you'll learn a lot more if, maybe we can hang out sometime.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Really?
Of course.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. Don't get too excited.
Trust me, Mr. Collins, the excitement is uncontrollable.
Mr. Collins sits down at his desk.
Very funny, Miss Davis. Okay, time for attendance. When I call your name, say here. Violet Davis.
Here.
Randy Fisher.
Yep.
Chad Kennedy.
Here.
Emma Lawrence.
Here.
Tyler Morris.
Present.
Brittany Scott.
Here. Phone rings.
Okay, you guys know the rules. There's no cell phones during school hours, especially during detention. Whose phone is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's mine. I think it's my mom trying to figure out where I am. I guess I forgot to put it on silent.
Yeah, obviously.
Twice in one day, Miss Wilson? Well, regardless of the reason, no cell phones are allowed. And that goes for all of you, not just Miss Wilson.
Takes out a basket from under his desk and gets up.
Come on, everyone put the phones in the basket. We'll get them all at the end of the night.
Mr. Collins collects all the cell phones.
Are you kidding, Mr. C? What the hell are we supposed to do to keep occupied then?
Puts phone in basket.
Here's a thought. Why don't you try shutting your mouth for once? That could do us all a favor.
Puts phone in basket.
That's enough, girls. I'll give all of you an assignment when I get back.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean for us to get our phones taken away.
Don't worry about it, Jesse. It's not the end of the world, right? We don't need our phones to keep us occupied, guys. We can look outside and study nature.
There are no windows in here, dipshit.
Wow. Pretty and observant. What else does Miss Brittany Scott have to offer to society?
How about I give you a new makeover? I'm always ready to help the needy.
Oh, thanks. I've always wanted to look like one of the rejects on America's Next Top Model.
Oh, that's so cute. You think you would make it on that show?
Well, at least I'm not going to be on a future episode of Botch.
Randy gets up out of his seat.
Guys.
You bitch.
Violet gets up out of his seat.
Careful. I don't want to break your pretty little nose your daddy just bought you.
It's not the only thing her daddy bought. What'd you just say?
Jack gets up out of his seat.
Oh, come on, man. I'm not the only guy at school that noticed she moved up 2 bra sizes when we all got back from break.
Are you kidding me? That's my girl you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. And Brandon Hunter's girl, Danny McAllister's girl, Davidson's girl, Tom Young's girl. Should I go on?
Shut your mouth.
Tyler gets up.
Or what?
Oh my God, can you guys just shut up? Mr. Collins is going to be back any second, and I swear to God, if I get another detention because of you two, I'm going to kill somebody.
Mr. Collins enters with a plate of cookies and a cup of coffee.
Okay, I'm back. What are you guys doing? Get back in your seats.
All
Thank God you're back, Mr. C. I was about to lose it.
Why is that so believable? Okay, that's enough from you two. I understand that all of you would rather be doing other things than be sitting on detention on Friday night, but unfortunately your actions have warranted you a seat. So everyone take out some paper and a writing utensil, and I want you to write a 2,000-word essay explaining why you're given detention and what you'll do in the future to make sure I do not see any of you in here again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Since when do we write essays in detention?
Since I gave you all detention, get to work.
Lights fade to blue. Scene 2, and so the game begins. Lights fade up. Students are writing their essays, reacting to one another as Mr. Collins is at his desk grading papers. At his desk is a cup of coffee, a plate of cookies, chapstick, and a little container of breath mints. While grading papers, Mr. Collins simultaneously takes the last bite of a cookie, takes a sip of coffee, puts on his chapstick, and throws a breath mint in his mouth.
What's the point of this?
No talking, please.
I'm asking a question.
And I'm giving you an answer. Stop talking.
Seriously? How long do you think we're gonna stay here for?
Yeah, I agree. I gotta get to my game.
Shut up, Chad. Is football all you care about?
Yes. And you too, babe.
That's better.
So, can I projectile vomit now?
If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, then yeah, you can.
That's enough. What don't you all understand? I said no talking. I gave all of you detention for reasons that are obvious to each of you, so I don't understand where the confusion is. If you're going to complain about why you're in detention, then maybe you should not have done what you all did to get detention in the first place. Now, like I said, please...
Mr. Collins then starts to gasp for air, slamming his hands on his desk. All students look up and are alarmed.
Mr. Collins?
Oh my God, is he okay?
What's wrong with him?
Someone help him!
Mr. Collins stands up out of his seat with one hand grabbing his throat and the other grabbing his hand on the chair.
Oh my God, he's choking! Somebody do something!
Chad gets up out of his seat and goes towards Mr. Collins, ready to help him.
Mr. C, I got you.
Ready to catch Mr. Collins, Chad reaches out his arms. Mr. Collins then gasps for air one more time, falling to the floor, missing Chad's arms. All students stand up.
Holy shit!
Oh my God!
Chad, do something!
What do you want me to do?
Do you know how to do the
I
Heimlich?
do, I'm certified.
Over to Mr. Collins, ready to perform the Heimlich.
Come on, Mr. Collins, stay with us.
Randy continues to perform the Heimlich.
Oh, no, oh, he's not breathing.
What do you mean he's not breathing?
Randy then checks Mr. Collins' pulse.
Oh my God!
Brittany cries. Chad leans up against the wall while looking on the floor next to Mr. Collins' body. Violet falls to her knees in shock. Emma sits down at a desk with her hands covering her face. Jessie leans on to Randy for comfort. Tyler stays standing, stares at all of them.
We need to get the hell out of here.
Tyler runs to the door and tries to open it, but it's locked.
Holy shit, it's locked.
What? What do you mean it's locked?
It's locked. It won't open.
Chad walks over to the door.
Well, maybe you're not trying hard enough.
Okay, be my guest, Hercules.
Chad attempts to open the door, but it won't budge.
It's jammed.
Oh my God!
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
We need to call for help.
Help! Guys, stop! It's not worth it.
How do you know that?
No one's here. Everyone's probably at Crystal Lake by now for the big bonfire before the game at Madison High tonight.
Then someone needs to call 911.
Yeah? How are we supposed to do that? Mr. Collins took all of our phones, remember, Barbie?
Both of you, just shut up.
Wait, the classroom phone.
Chad runs over to the classroom phone on Mr. Collins' desk. He tries to dial 911, but realizes that the phone cord has been cut.
Are you kidding me? Is this some kind of joke?
All right, who's doing this?
Doing what?
Well, clearly someone is trying to mess with us.
Who would do something like that?
Bet you it was Sabrina the Teenage Witch over there.
What?
You heard me.
Why would I do something like this?
Because everyone knows you're psychotic.
Oh, trust me. You'll know when I'm being psychotic, and that's about to be in 2 seconds if you keep accusing me!
Well, maybe it's you, Tyler.
What?
Yeah, you.
Why me?
Because you don't give a shit about anyone else but yourself. So maybe you thought killing Mr. Collins would be the highlight of your night.
You're crazy.
She's not that crazy. I believe her.
Oh, really? Well, maybe that's because you did it.
What?
Yeah, you're the one that got so pissed about missing your big game tonight. Maybe you had something to get Mr. Collins out of the way to make sure you got there.
Shut up, Tyler. But that doesn't make any sense. We were all here the whole time.
Well, not necessarily. What if someone beat us all to it?
But that's not possible. All the classrooms are locked and you
Yeah, but it's still a possibility. Someone could have done all this way before detention even started.
So how are we supposed to know why and who's doing this?
Well, we can look at it like a game of Clue.
I love Clue.
Suck at board games.
What the hell is Clue? Well, it's the typical whodunit scenario, right? Someone had a motive to kill Mr. Collins. We just need to figure out who did it, with what, and why.
And how are we supposed to figure all of that out? We aren't detectives.
We don't need to be. All we need is the knowledge we already have. All the answers are right in front of us. We need to open our eyes and see the bigger picture.
But who would do something like this to Mr. Collins?
The butler did it.
There is no butler job as we're in a school!
No, but Brittany has a point.
Wait, I do?
She does? Yes, she does. We need to think about someone who's right under our noses. Someone who we wouldn't think of at first. Someone who's not with us right now.
Well, there's no one else here. They're at the game.
Oh, I know. It was Colonel Mustard in the library with a candlestick.
Shut up, Tyler. It's Tyler.
No. Anyway, we don't know that. All right, who else could be here this late at night?
Oh, I know. The janitor. The janitor always stays late to clean the floors. He must be here.
So then maybe the janitor was the one who did it.
Well, we don't know that exactly for sure. All right, we would have to be able to prove it somehow. But first we need to know if he's actually here and where he is.
The noise on the floor could be heard outside the door and a man singing to music.
Oh my God, that's him.
Students run to the door and begin to bang on it, screaming for the janitor's attention.
Hello! What the hell? Why can't he hear us?
He must be listening to music with his headphones on or something. Plus the floor buffer's so loud, the noise of it's probably overpowering us.
Great! How convenient. So now what?
Well, I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Aren't you supposed to know everything, Einstein?
Hey, give him a break.
Yeah, you need to relax.
Relax? Our teacher's dead on the floor in our classroom. We're locked in with no cell phones or any other form of communication. And there's probably a killer on the loose in our school right now, waiting to make his next move, and you want me to relax.
Wait a minute. How do we even know that Mr. Collins was murdered? We don't even know his cause of death.
The man isn't breathing, and he has no pulse, Brittany. What else do you need to know?
Well, no, Brittany has a point. All right, we're jumping to conclusions about Mr. Collins' death. We don't actually know how he died.
Well, how are we supposed to figure that out?
Well, let's take a look at Mr. Collins.
Randy and the others go over to the body of Mr. Collins. Randy kneels down and begins to observe it.
Look!
What is it?
Mr. Collins' skin isn't blue.
Yeah?
And so, while we were writing our essays, didn't you guys notice that Mr. Collins drank some coffee, put on chapstick, and had a mint?
So, Mr. Collins was thirsty and wanted fresh breath. I don't get it.
No, don't you guys see? Mr. Collins didn't choke. He didn't have a single bite of his cookies. If he happened to choke on them, his face would have turned blue after he stopped breathing due to the lack of oxygen. That must mean one thing. He must have been poisoned.
Oh my God.
How would he have been poisoned?
It must have been the coffee that he drank. I wonder what poison it must have been.
Well, maybe it was arsenic.
Really, Tyler? And out of all the things Mr. Collins could have been poisoned with, why did you automatically guess arsenic?
Well, in my spare time, I do read a lot of murder mystery novels, and the poison of choice is always arsenic.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just surprised that you read something that doesn't come with pictures.
You know, that actually makes sense, Tyler. Arsenic is extremely deadly if ingested. If it was used, there could be some residue of it left in Mr. Collins' coffee mug.
Randy goes over to Mr. Collins' desk, picks up the coffee mug, and looks inside.
Yup, look, there seems to be some of it left at the bottom of the mug.
Violet walks over and takes the mug out of Randy's hand and looks inside.
That's what arsenic looks like. It looks like freaking sugar. How do we know the residence left in this mug is arsenic?
Well, my guess is that the killer is very inexperienced and probably threw out the bottle in a nearby garbage can.
Brittany walks over to the garbage can by the door of the classroom, bends down, and looks inside.
Oh my God, no way.
Brittany pulls out a small bottle.
Is that arsenic?
Yes, and there's none left inside. Why would the killer have thrown out the bottle inside the classroom garbage can?
Well, probably because he didn't have time to get rid of it anywhere else, and he wanted to cover his tracks before leaving the school. Besides, there are no security cameras in the classroom, so the killer must have known that he wouldn't have gotten caught filming throwing the bottle out in the garbage can, making him almost impossible to catch.
So, who do we think could have done that?
Don't know. Could have been anybody.
Wait, guys.
What?
Look.
Violet picks up the plate of cookies to the rest of the students with like a message written at the bottom.
What's that say?
Tyler walks over to the plate to get a closer look.
It says, you invited me in.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means the killer is close by.
How close by?
The killer must be someone in this room.
All students stand around staring at one another. Lights fade to blue. Scene 3, Secrets and Lies. Lights fade up. All desks and chairs have been moved to the back of the classroom. All students are standing around the classroom arguing.
None of you can even come close to my intellect.
Everyone stop! How do we know for sure that the killer is someone in this room? Because why else would there be writing on the bottom of that plate?
Brittany points over to the plate that is sitting on Mr. Collins' desk.
Arby's point. It's so clear. You invited me in. Come on. That's some Buffy the Vampire Slayer shit.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, come on. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, vampires can't come into your house unless you invite them in. Everyone knows vampires are known to be killers.
So what are you saying? The killer's a vampire? Give me a break.
No, dumbass. I'm saying that the killer had a motive to kill Mr. Collins, and detention was their invitation to do so.
Violet's right, but there are still a couple things we don't know.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, we don't know what the killer's motive is.
And how are we supposed to know that?
It's simple. Let's just take a deeper look at everyone in this room. Someone had a serious motive in which killing Mr. Collins was their only way of revenge.
Revenge? For what? Mr. Collins giving us detention? Come on, give me a break. That's ridiculous. You don't just kill a man because he gives you a little detention.
Yeah, I mean, I get detention all the time. It's not that big.
Yeah, but maybe it's not that simple. Getting a detention could just be the last thing that set this killer off. There must be so much more to it.
So, what are we supposed to do? Figure out what everyone's motives could have been?
Yeah, that's the only way to figure out why the killer killed Mr. Collins.
Okay. So, who are we going to start with first?
Well, how about you?
Me?
Yeah, you, new girl. Why would you have wanted to kill Mr. Collins?
Well, I mean, I didn't really know Mr. Collins. Like I said, I'm new today, and it was only my first day here at Greensboro.
That's convenient.
I'm sorry?
No, nothing. It's just a little odd.
I agree. A detention on the first day of school, that's a good reason to kill Mr. Collins. That's social suicide.
What's wrong with getting detention on your first day? I find it quite impressive, actually.
Ew, Tyler, get your hormones under control. Anyway, I didn't even know enough about him to like or hate him.
Okay, honestly, who gives a shit? We all know that if anyone in this room had a motive, it's Chad.
Are you kidding me?
I call it like I see it, bro.
Why are you so quick to call me out, bro?
Because it makes the most sense. Since killing Mr. Collins gave you detention, you were missing the big game tonight against Madison High. We all know that scouts from Alabama were going to be there to watch you play, which would be setting up your future with playing football at Alabama, which could possibly launch you into the pros. Since Mr. Collins gave you detention, it was like taking away your chance at a successful and professional football career.
Oh yeah? And what about you? You had a motive to kill Mr. Collins too.
Tyler walks up to Brittany.
And what would that be?
Brittany pushes Tyler back.
Don't act dumb, Tyler.
Brittany starts speaking to the other students.
Tyler and I are in the same English class with Mr. Collins during second period. Today after class, I realized that I forgot my cell phone that I left charging in the back of the classroom. When I went back to go get it, I overheard Mr. Collins talking to Tyler saying how he was failing English. Since we all know that you need to pass English in order to graduate, Tyler would not have been able to. But what a lot of you don't know is that I overheard Tyler talking to Mr. Collins another day saying how he is planning on enlisting into the military.
You need a high school diploma in order to enlist.
Mm-hmm. And with failing English, Tyler would not be able to graduate and wouldn't be able to enlist into the military, giving him the perfect motive to kill Mr. Collins.
Bitch.
Oh my God.
It doesn't even make sense why I'm failing in the first place. I do all my work in English. Mr. Collins is failing me because he doesn't like me.
Well, that's even more of a reason for you to kill him.
But I didn't do it, okay? I didn't kill him.
That's your story.
And
order for you to kill him.
Oh, I know.
You don't know anything. Brittany and Emma walked towards one another.
Oh, really? Try me. The reason why Brittany is in detention is because Mr. Collins finally gave her detention for constantly skipping his class.
So, if I skip all the time, then what makes this time any different?
Because I know that when Mr. Collins told Coach Bradshaw about you skipping his class today, she met with you afterwards and threatened to kick you off the cheerleading team.
That's a lie.
Shut up, Brittany. Everyone knows that all you care about is your social status. And by getting kicked off the cheerleading team and losing your captainship, that would make you just like everyone else. Normal.
Normal? Try mediocre.
God forbid it ever happened to a girl like you.
You don't get it. I would have lost everything. My captainship, my popularity, my friends, everything. Let's face it. No one cares about you if you're normal. Being popular is all I have, and it's all I've ever known how to be. This means everything to me, and I will not be a nobody. I will not settle for being mediocre like all of you.
Exceptional.
Starts to cry.
Shut up, Tyler.
Oh my God, I never knew that being popular was such a big deal to some
Well,
people.
apparently it means more to Brittany than we all knew.
So you kill Mr. Collins so you can get back at him for possibly losing your queen bee status. And you all think I'm crazy? She sounds pretty psychotic to me.
Nope, you're still psychotic. I happen to know that Mr. Collins notified your parents and Principal Gilmore that there's just something mentally and emotionally wrong with you, based upon the poetry you write in his class.
What?
Yeah. Don't act like you don't know. Brian Pinsky tutors me in chemistry and told me he overheard Mr. Collins talking to you the other day in his honors English class. He said that you always show him your work during class, but it's always dark, moody, and all other kinds of messed up.
I'm going to kill that kid.
Yeah, just like you killed Mr. C, right? Since you were seen as being mostly unstable by not just Mr. C, but the principal and your parents, they wanted to get you help. Because your parents are known as being overprotective and overbearing, well, they acted right away and put you into counseling.
Oh, that's why you're always in the counseling center.
But I'm still not crazy. Why don't you tell everyone why you're in detention, Emma? I'm sure everyone would love to know about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I do. You were caught cheating.
That's a lie!
No, you and I both know that it's not, Emma. I'm Mr. Collins' teacher assistant during your class period, and he told me that you were given a detention and a 0 on your exam today for cheating. He also said that he'll be meeting with Mr. Gilmore tomorrow to discuss it possibly going on your permanent record.
I would never hurt Mr. Collins.
You wouldn't? For this going on your permanent record, it would give you a pretty good motive to do so. Everything you've worked so hard for in your entire academic career would be over. And so would your chance of getting into any Ivy League school of your choice.
That makes sense, Randy. Killing Mr. Collins would be the perfect revenge for ruining all of that for you.
You want to talk about revenge? Well, why don't you talk to Randy about that?
What is she talking about, Randy?
I know exactly what she's talking about. Randy has been Mr. Collins' TA for a while now.
Nerd.
I've heard Mr. Collins say that Randy is the best TA he's ever had in his entire teaching career. Well, for those of you who don't know this, there's a big internship that's given out to a student at the end of the year. To be eligible, the student must be a teacher's assistant.
Randy walks towards the back of the classroom. I don't understand. What's the big deal? It's just an internship.
No, it's not just an internship. An internship to anywhere of the student's choice for 1 year. Major accomplishment and important opportunity for any student who's given it.
But what does Mr. Collins have to do with that?
Mr. Collins is the teacher that chooses the recipient. Randy must have been thinking all this time that he was going to get the internship based on all of his hard work with Mr. Collins. But when I was in the counseling center, I overheard the secretary saying that Mr. Collins is giving the internship to another student.
So, Randy wasn't getting the internship after all?
Nope, giving him the perfect motive to kill Mr. Collins. Right, Randy?
Randy turns around and stares at everyone. Randy? Say something.
You guys don't understand. That internship would have been the perfect platform that I needed for my future. I worked so hard for Mr. Collins, and for what? To not get anything out of it?
So then admit it, Randy. You killed Mr. Collins.
Lights fade to blue. Scene 4, guess who?
I didn't. Yeah, of course I'm upset about it, but why would I want to kill Mr. C? He's become a friend to me.
So then what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, we aren't getting anywhere.
I'm so done with all of this and with all of you.
Yeah, I agree. We are wasting our time. Someone here is lying. Enough with the secrets and the BS. Which one of you is...
Guys, stop.
Yeah, everyone, shut up! We aren't going to get anything accomplished if we just keep fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we missed another piece of evidence when we were by Mr. Collins' desk or something. I don't know.
What else could there be? Randy walks over to Mr. Collins' desk.
I don't know, but there must be something. I can feel it.
Randy begins to frantically search around the desk.
Dude, calm down.
No, I'm not going to calm down.
A piece of paper falls off the desk. Randy, something just fell. Randy reaches down and picks up a piece of paper off the floor.
What is it?
It's nothing. It's just the attendance sheet.
Randy looks at the attendance sheet.
Wait a minute.
What?
What is it?
That's weird.
What's weird?
No, it just doesn't make any sense.
What doesn't make any sense?
Jesse, your name's not on the attendance sheet.
What?
No, your name is not on the attendance sheet, Jesse. Why isn't your name on here?
I don't know.
Why would you be in detention if your name isn't on the attendance sheet, Jesse?
Maybe they just forgot to put my name on it or something.
But that's impossible, okay? All the attendance sheets are processed through Principal Gilmore's computer, especially when it comes to detentions. Principal Gilmore personally checks the system to see who is supposed to have detention and make sure it's correct before the attendance sheets for detentions are printed. He wouldn't have made a mistake like that.
Well, maybe it's because I'm new. I just might not be in the system yet.
No, you are. When you checked in this morning for your first day of school, you were given a class schedule, which means that you are in the system. You wouldn't have been able to go to any of your classes if you weren't.
You're lying. No,
Jesse?
Jessie looks around nervously at all the students and looks down. She then picks up her head and smiles and begins to laugh. It's so funny. What are you laughing at?
Alright, I can't do this anymore. I can only act like this for so long.
Act like what?
Yeah, why are you talking all creepy and shit now? Oh my god, you're the killer!
You go!
Sherlock!
Jesse, why?
Why? That's all you guys care about.
Well, yeah, that's what we've been trying to figure out.
You want to know why, huh? I'll give you a why. Your recently departed Mr. Collins of Greensboro High School isn't the sweet little English teacher that all of you have come to know and love. 5 years ago, my mom got a new job at a local publishing company where she met a lot of new people, Mr. Collins being one of them. They seemed to spend a lot of time with one another, including after work hours. It ended up being that my mom was barely home and always at the office, leaving me home alone since my dad works really long hours as a chemist. Well, I got suspicious, and one day I decided to visit my mom at her office after work hours. When I walked onto the floor, I looked into my mom's office windows, and to my surprise, I saw her and Mr. Collins all over each other like freaking white on rice. I ran out in tears before either of them could see me. A few months later, my mom left my dad and never came back. My dad went on a downward spiral where he would work all day at his lab and end his nights with his buddies Jack and Captain Morgan, leaving me to spend little to no time with him at all. I soon became the thing that my dad lost interest in the most. Since I had a lot of time to myself, I began to drown myself in murder mystery novels, movies on serial killers, and watching America's Most Wanted. Then one day, it hit me. I knew what I had to do.
And what was that?
Brittany, what? Why do you sound so interested in the killer's plan?
I'm sorry, she just makes it sound so interesting.
So interesting. This girl's a lucky episode of American Horror Story.
Are you three done? Anyway, I found out that Mr. Collins left the publishing company, and I tracked him down to find out that he got a new job as an English teacher at Greensboro High School. Since I live out of town and my dad is never home, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I enrolled myself as a student at Greensboro High School immediately, and made up my new and improved identity as Jessie Wilson.
New identity? Your name isn't Jesse. What is it?
That's for me to know and for you to never find out, you tool. Like I was saying, I created my new identity and was just about ready to start my first day of school at Greensboro High. There
were just a few things I had to do on my first day in order to come in contact with Mr. Collins. For starters, I specifically asked to be placed in Mr. Collins' English class so that I could purposely get a detention. When I walked into detention after school, Mr. Collins greeted me without any knowledge that I had previously went to the principal's office and spoke to Principal Gilmore about receiving a detention on my first day of school. With my sweet and innocent act, I got Principal Gilmore to revoke my detention, promising that it would be our little secret.
So that's why your name wasn't on the attendance sheet.
Mm-hmm. Smart, huh?
But then how did you have the time to poison Mr. Collins or have access to him?
Simple. My dad is a chemist. I simply broke into his lab when he wasn't there and stole a bottle of arsenic. Before going into detention, I tampered with the classroom locks to make sure we would all be locked in. I then took a trip to the teacher's lounge and left Mr. Collins a plate of cookies, a mug filled with coffee, and a little note. The coffee already had arsenic poured inside. All I needed to do was simply wait for the bastard to drink it in attention and enjoy watching him die.
That is sick.
I know, right?
But there's one thing I don't understand. If you had all this thought out and planned, then why did you make the careless mistake of throwing out the bottle of arsenic in the classroom garbage can?
Jessie looks for Randy. That's a very good question, Randy. But I have an even better answer. I threw out the bottle of arsenic in the classroom garbage can because I'm not the one who killed Mr. Collins.
What? I'm confused now.
After
Jessie walks to the back of the classroom and grabs her purse. She then takes out her cell phone.
Is that a cell phone?
You've had that on you this whole time?
Of course I did. You didn't think that I gave Mr. Collins my real cell phone, did you? I'm not that dumb. I gave him an old one.
Jessie begins to dial the phone.
Hey, what are you doing?
You'll see. Yes? 911? My name is Jessie Wilson. I'm currently locked in classroom 112 at Greensboro High School. The teacher and 6 students are dead, and the killer is holding me hostage. Please send for help immediately. Please hurry.
Jessie hangs up the phone.
What?
Why'd you just say that?
Wait, you said that 6 students are dead. What does that mean?
It means this.
Jessie pulls out a gun from her purse.
Oh, God.
What are you doing?
Jessie, put the gun down, please.
Shut up! I can't have any witnesses after what I just told all of you. When the police arrive, all of you will be dead, and I will be the only survivor. I will finally get the attention that I've been desperately craving for all these years. And the best part about it all, I killed Mr. Collins, and all of you will take the fall for it.
But how are you going to pin it on us?
Well, how about you, Randy? You were Mr. Collins' assistant and had the best motive to kill him. Let's just say that after killing Mr. Collins, you went crazy and killed everyone else in the room, except for me. I fought for the gun, took hold of it, shot, and killed you. Self-defense.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, sweetie, I already have.
Jessie points the gun at the student.
Jessie, please, you don't have to do this.
It's too late. Thank you all for being pawns in my little game. Any last words?
All the students cringe and close their eyes. Violet takes a vase that is sitting on Mr. Collins' desk and raises it in the air over Jessie's head.
Thanks for playing, bitch.
Violet breaks the vase over Jessie's head. Jessie drops to the floor and lays unconscious.
Holy shit.
That was awesome!
Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that.
Really hot.
Sounds can be heard outside the classroom door. Sheriff Hudson Burgess all stands back up.
Okay, everyone, stay where you are. Hands in the air where I can see them.
It's okay, Sheriff. The person you want's right there.
Randy points to Jessie on the ground.
Her? She's the killer? You're telling me that this skinny little white girl is the... I got a call down at the station saying to come arrest a deranged psycho killer holding 6 people hostage. And you're telling me she's the girl behind it all?
Yeah, obviously.
Come on, aren't you going to do something? Like what, honey?
I don't know, like take out your handcuffs, be all official, and give her the Amanda Bynes rights or whatever the hell it's called.
Plans of rights, you moron.
Girl, did the police go too far into your pretty big head?
Bleach? This is my natural hair color.
And I'm one of the Kardashian sisters. Keep up, girl.
What the hell are you talking about?
Watch your mouth, boy. I'll break another kid.
What took you so long?
Yeah, where were you?
Well, funny you should ask that. I was on patrol just like I always am on Friday nights, and I realized that there's a big football game going on at Madison High tonight. So, since nothing really goes on in Greensboro, I took a drive down.
Wait, what? You went to the game? What happened?
Oh yeah, it was great. They had cookies, popcorn, coffee, all the whole deal.
No, I'm talking about the game. Who won, woman?
I'm not sure. I got a call to come save 6 hostages from a psycho killer, remember? Funny how you couldn't have handled the situation yourself for 3 guys, one being a football player, one being, oh hey, baby, haven't seen you at the station for long. You look good.
Good to see you too, Sheriff Hudson. What?
And now that I think about it, you know the help you can get. Speaking of which, where the hell is the corpse?
He's back here.
Randy walks Sheriff Hudson over to the closet. Sheriff Hudson opens the closet door.
Damn! He looks awful. What a shame. It's kind of cute for a white guy, you know what I mean?
Wait a second. You went to the football game on duty? Isn't that against the rules?
And aren't you a little bundle of stress? You see this bag? I'm the sheriff. I'm a
Okay, well, can we get out of here already, or?
Sure thing. Okay, everyone head out. We're going to have a lot of questions when we get down to the station.
Oh, wait. What about the body?
Oh, don't worry. I got it.
Sheriff Hudson goes over to the closet and opens it and looks at the body.
Actually, you guys got it, right? I'll meet you in the back.
Sheriff Hudson picks up Jessie and takes her out of the classroom. Chad and Tyler turn to one another. Tyler turns to Chad.
Hey, I'm sorry you missed the big game tonight.
It's okay, you know. There'll be other opportunities for scouts to see me play. Maybe not Alabama, but university's just as good.
Don't worry about it, babe. You're still Alabama material to me.
Thanks,
Ready
babe.
to Chad on the cheek.
You're still the most popular, beautiful girl I know.
I know. Emma walks up to Tyler. Hey, that was really nice of what you said to Chad. You really, actually, aren't that big of a jerk after all.
Thanks. You ain't so bad yourself. Would you maybe want to help me study for English sometime?
Yeah, I'd love to. Randy walks up to Violet.
Thanks for saving us. That was an amazing amount of bravery you just showed.
That was nothing. Anyone would have done it.
But they didn't. You saved all of our lives.
Honestly, I just wanted her to shut up. I couldn't stand listening to her anymore. I thought my head was about to...
Well, Violet, that's actually not possible. Your head can't
Ready,
explode
ready,
with 2 people
ready,
bigger.
ready.
I'm sorry.
All right, you two, let's get a move on. How the hell am I going to make them fit in my car?
So, you ready?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Randy reaches for Violet's hand and grabs it. Don't touch it.
Okay.
All lights dim, blackout at the end.
If the creative team could join me for the so we'll start our talk back.
Okay, so I don't think there was a big issue with the whole arsenic thing because it's sort of funny, like who done it. I don't know about making light, especially in recent years, of a potential high school shooting. I don't know that that kind of hit me the wrong way just because, like, it sort of seemed like they're like, oh, it's fine, she just has a gun. And then the detective was like, why didn't you guys just tackle her? Like, it just seemed to really, like, jab at, especially with things that have gone on. I mean, Fairfield went on lockdown like 3 days ago. You were all around for Newtown. Like, it just didn't hit me the right way with the whole let's make light of a potential high school hostage situation.
Okay, so when I was writing the show, I actually thought about that a lot only because I live really close to Newtown, so I really thought seriously about that. The reason why I made light of it, I guess, would just be she's psychotic, and I didn't want it to be something like, oh, like now it's going to turn into a huge class shooting, big school shooting. It's not supposed to go in that direction. But maybe I'll definitely look into changing it. It just was to show how psychotic she actually is. Relative to that situation. Thank you. Yes.
I think it was a very interesting idea for a show, and the characters are clearly developed very well. Two things. I would say, one, it's a little too long, and I think the way that you can fix that is to cut out repetition wherever it is. Like once the audience knows something, they don't need to know it again, pretty much. And there was just a lot, even her monologue at the end, it was very, very long.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, usually with the way that this kind of, who killed the murder show goes, is there has to be some kind of character recapping things for the audience, and there has to be people taking sides. Like, the whole middle of the show is kind of just like everybody knows a different person does it, and that's usually the way it ends up at the end, but in the middle it's usually like, well, here's what I think, and 4 people agree with them, and then they break away from that, and then there's always some character or a group of characters going, well, they side with them, and he thinks this, and they think to me, it just looked like everybody thought it was a different person, then we thought it was Zach, then it was you. So, there's just, I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, though. What we tried addressing in this show, which we wanted to do different than a lot of other shows that basically follow that model that you're saying, is that every character in this costume, we wanted to have some sort of motive, which made the audience believe, hopefully, that, you don't know which person did because every single character has that motive. We didn't want it to be like, oh, okay, now these people are getting up with this person, so pins 2 against each other, like, who do you think it is, A or B? We wanted to keep you wondering, like, who was till the very end.
Right, and I think that was accomplished, but I think it would, I don't know.
Okay, no, yeah, I understand.
Just piggybacking off of that, I think the way you can handle that is you could break the style of that by doing what he said and having people think, oh, there could be this person, there could be this person. Break up that whole section of, I think it's this person, throughout the middle section. Don't have it all in one straight line, because that one made that seem very lengthy, and 2, it was repetitive because it was, I think this person, I think this person, I think this person. And I also think, I really enjoyed it, I wanted to know what happened, who did it. I think the establishing scene, the very first scene where we are introduced to every character, we see that, instead of have this whole who they are. Right. I would much rather watch the characters be their characters rather than Randy just point to who they are.
A big part of that too was I specifically wrote the show for the first round in this style because I even said, you know what, it's going to be so obvious once, like when Brittany walks in, you're all going to know she's obviously the cheerleader, she's obviously the popular girl. You're going to get a lot of that, but like there are big edits to the second round if the show does make it to the second round, which is already being written. This draft purposely is for Theatrefest, it's for the brief.
Anything else? Matt?
I sort of felt like after the killer was like knocked out, the ending seemed to drag a little bit, maybe a little shorter, not like a lot shorter, but a little shorter.
Anyone else?
I just have like a little nitpicky and detail thing. The first time, Gianna said that there were 6 people dead and that the killer was holding her hostage, and then Snatch Case said,
Yeah, I realized that. Yeah, I realized that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, you're fine.
Yes.
The only problem I necessarily had was the moment they found out that Devin's character died, like there were just these unrealistic reactions. Because like before they even found out that he died of what was it again? Arsenic. Like they didn't bother checking, and also I didn't feel like they were in any immediate danger, like per se. But other than that, pretty good. It's just more along the lines because this is a comedy. Like pacing is a very big thing, and like quick timing and whatnot. But other than that, fine.
Yeah, hopefully part of that issue would be addressed with staging.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're all standing in that stand, and this is a really chaotic scene going on. But in real life, this would be something you run through the body into what the hell is going on. So hopefully half of that would be addressed with staging. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And I think what he was also picking up on that I noticed too is that in a lot of whodunits, something that really breaks the exposition is the tension that after the first person is killed, there's still a danger that everyone else could be killed. And it kind of seemed like until the very end where the killer was announced, there was no danger to the rest of the students in the classroom.
I mean, in the beginning, they assume that he chokes. That's the first thing. And then when they actually find the arsenic, that's when they're like, oh, now he's poisoned. Like, they don't get the connection until they see the message written at the time.
The only problem I had with him choking was like it didn't feel like it was a just thought, oh, he choked. And like they all just started panicking as opposed to just checking the body and whatnot. Also, like I didn't like there are 6 of them essentially. So like when she went on the phone, I just didn't like no one necessarily. I don't know. It's more along the staging wise, but like I just didn't feel like no one was like taking any like sense of urgency essentially.
Okay. Thanks. We have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Is there anything you guys wanted to ask?
How obvious was it that Jesse's killer? Did you think it was pretty obvious, or were you like, oh, wow, I didn't really think it was her?
I think it might help give her a bit more like backstory for her to have, or for her to put up, because you kind of like get used to it. It's like, oh, she has like the less amount to say. Like she could like maybe like you don't have to like have her outright lie about the fact about like her backstory, but maybe word it in a way that doesn't make it obvious she's the killer.
Great. I think we're going to move on for our final show now. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody. Our final show tonight is Silver Night Out, written by Tristan Gallon, directed by Deanna Doherty, and stage managed by Kendra Sherman.
Hey, Mom. I'm back from school.
Did you take the bus home?
Oh, hi, Tom. Where's Mom?
I just asked you a question.
Tom, I don't know why taking the bus is such a big deal to you.
Dude, you're a damn junior and you still take the bus. You should be driving to school like every other junior.
I don't need to take the bus.
Well, I need to drive to school. What? You want to be stuck in some bumpy-ass vehicle, risking secondhand smoking, stuck with the freshmen? I'm surprised Mom still lets you do that.
Listen, I just don't think driving to school is necessary.
Well, personally, I'd rather buy Dunkin' Donuts before calculus. Wouldn't you do the same? Be honest, Vic. Is it because you hate driving?
I just don't feel comfortable behind the wheel, okay?
Yeah. You know you're gonna have to at some point. You gotta work for that license so you can properly drive it.
Victor can start driving whenever he wants to. He still has senior year.
Mom, that excuse is going to persist throughout his senior year, possibly through college.
Hello, darling. How was school?
It was okay. I have to study for yet another algebra test. Mr. Kelly is crazy about them.
Victor, I told you to switch out of that room. Why did you decide to stay?
I guess who else isn't listening to me right now?
Thomas, Victor doesn't need to drive right now. If he doesn't want to, that's his choice.
Well, it really shouldn't be, seeing as you made me do it, especially while I was a sophomore.
You wanted to get a job.
Correction, you made me get a job.
Well, I wanted you to do something productive other than just sitting around doing nothing.
I'll be upstairs.
Victor does the same thing. He's a junior, therefore it would make some sense if you started driving at least.
You're not the parent here. Stop telling Victor how he should live his life. Doing that is my responsibility. Also, I just got an email from Mrs. Hahn. She's not very happy with your grade in that class.
I understand. I can't do math very well. Are you going to tell me to get better and just expect that? Because it really is that simple, right? You know what? I can't do this right now. I'm going to be late for my job again.
Tom?
What?
Never mind.
Listen, I'm sorry. I just hate how I can't even learn anything.
No, honey, you can learn. It's just...
I get it. I'm dumber than everybody else.
Tom, you're not dumb. You're just a bit
You know,
slower.
Mom, I get how you're trying to make me feel less of a tool right now, but the truth is,
You are not a tool, Thomas. Stop this self-degrading attitude. I don't ever want to hear one of my children say that they're dumb, stupid, or mentally disabled. Whatever kind of trouble you'll face in life, you will be given chances. Even if they're hard to find, they're always a solution. Listen, Just head off to your job. I'm sorry to keep you here. I'm just sick of hearing you say that.
I'll be back tonight.
Tommy, you're going to be stuck down in the bed.
Scene 2. Victor sits at a desk typing away at his laptop. Knocking noise from the left side is making
Come in.
It's Tommy boy. What are you doing?
I'm just on the internet.
Doing what exactly?
It's nothing really.
Oh, I get it. You're typing up a fan fiction under the alias of Victorious Ang 95.
No, you don't know that.
Lying to your older brother, eh?
I'm not. Why would you think that?
Well, after finding and reading through the fan fiction known as Airbenders of Lust Part 1, I find it pretty natural that out of all people would do this.
How did you know that it was me?
The real question is, how do I know you wrote it? Well, let's just say your laptop should get a passcode next time.
You went through my laptop?
Oh, the stuff I learned about you that one night. Actually, I might still have a picture on my phone.
A picture of what? What have you been looking through?
Your Tumblr description. Okay. It states, Vic, USA, 17, he, him, asexual.
Hey.
Fan of the Avatar series and aspiring fan fiction writer. You're really living the dream, Vic.
This is the stuff I do. What's wrong with that?
You know, I bet you're so proud of that description. Proud enough to put it on your resume. Also, if you're asexual, then Adolf Hitler is a male stripper working for the Illuminati. Don't bullshit people like that.
Why don't you stop making assumptions about my orientation? You really think you know me?
Well, your homework folder told me a lot more about you. It told me the amount of things you get it off to, including a bunch of things so gruesome that I'm not going to list them. I mean, holy shit. You really need to go outside and see the world. You're sitting on your ass in your bedroom benefiting jacks into humanity and whacking into really crazy shit without anybody knowing. It's sick, it's fucked up, and I'm not letting you do it regularly.
Well, how am I supposed to help it? I mean, what exactly am I supposed to do?
I want you to come with me to visit some friends. I'm at a party of sorts. Sound cool? Yeah, you're not really getting a choice in this, honestly. Get your shoes on!
Wait, we're leaving now?
Yep.
But it's 12:05.
Yeah, and you're up all night writing smut fics anyway. You might as well have some social time with your big girl.
But what if Mom figures out we're gone?
I've done this kind of crap for months, and not once have I ever been caught.
Wait, you've been doing this for months without Mom knowing?
Yeah, I guess Mom's a heavy sleeper. Now, hop on out of that chair and let's get going.
But what if...
You know what? Why don't I give you 5 good reasons to come with me and have a good time? 1 through 5, no excuses.
Why?
You're coming.
But
we're done here.
Why?
Let's go! We'll get ice cream along the way. How's that sound?
What kind of store sells ice cream at 12?
Rest stops on highways.
Wait, you just said it won't be that long of a drive.
It's like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Scene 3. Ozzy and Ed are slouched on one of the couches, each looking at their phones.
You know if Katie is coming over? Katie's a bitch. Well, that was not cool. Especially for what she's been doing for me and Doug recently.
Yeah, and you're drunk. You won't even remember this conversation after your hangover.
You're holding your phone.
So?
The last word you said was conversation.
Did you hear me say so?
Well, the last word you said before I started making observations to clarify that I'm not shit.
Okay. Go to the fucking bathroom. I don't want you to get puke all over this couch again. I'm sick and tired.
Well, at least Tom's not dead.
Get the fuck in here, Tommy boy.
Okay, and tonight's special guest is...
Ozzy's sister?
Fuck you, Ed.
My brother Vic. You brought your bro?
Oh, by the way, Tom, you have that 20 you owe me?
Absolutely. Vic, your wallet. Oh, I'm kidding. I have your money right here.
Thanks a lot.
Jesus, it's my bro's first time meeting you. You couldn't even stay sober before he came.
I've been trying to get Ed's lazy ass into the bathroom, and he's like, oh, no. You don't know me? I'm the mob boss around here.
Apparently, I'm from Brooklyn.
Or maybe he just needs a garbage bag by his side. Why don't I go get him one while you stay here with my bro? I'll be back for you, Vic. Won't be long.
That's what he said before we left.
Shut up, Vic.
Yeah, you took the highway here, right?
Yeah, but at least there's not that much traffic at midnight.
Why don't you have a seat? Relax, chill. It's your night to do whatever.
So, how's school for you?
Fine. Is this your first time getting fucked up?
Yeah, you're really gonna get fucking destroyed tonight.
I'm not a fan.
Getting destroyed.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit. Man, I already have a good feeling about you. God damn it. Tom, Barney's over here about to blow chunks.
I'm here, don't worry about it.
Hey, thanks. Jesus, where are you getting out of trash bag? I'm making sweet talk with your boyfriend?
My brother, Ozzy.
Oh, you took forever. I'm not judging your relationship with Doug.
Can we shut the fuck up about Doug? Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't very...
Wait, am I hearing this correctly?
Well, I have to come out of the closet sooner or later. Yeah, I'm gay.
Oh. I don't care at all. Honestly, it's
You
just...
totally care.
Eat a Snickers.
It's such a big surprise. I don't know. You seem like more of a ladies' man.
Okay, here's the summary. Women really annoy me. Guys are easier to get with, and I'm not really...
Tom likes it anal.
Fuck off, Oz. I don't know. Something I realized once I met Doug. Okay, and I've been feeling a lot better because of it.
Yes!
I can say the same about you.
Hey there, pup. How you doing?
I've been okay. How's Match?
I wish it went better, honestly.
Sorry, I wish I was a better tutor.
Don't worry about it. I just want to have a long weekend.
So, you're Tom's brother?
Yeah, he forced me to come here. We had ice cream at a gas station.
Well, that's what he gets for being up all night anyway.
He's Victorious Ang 95, isn't he?
You told other people about that?
What? I tell everything to Doug.
What the fuck is a Victorious Ang?
Yeah, I feel like I should know about this crap you're bringing up.
It's nothing, honestly.
It's something. You may as well just say it, Vic. Nothing to hide.
Well, I'm not comfortable with... It's a personal thing, you know?
What's the big deal? It's just the five of us. We're all cool with each other.
Oz, please don't pressure my brother.
It's clearly his online username.
And you are indeed correct. Case closed. Now let's get this kid some vodka. Woo! I'll be right back with the shot glasses.
Yeah, I have it right here with me.
Huh?
I have it right here with me.
Wait a minute. I want to know more about this username you're under, Vic.
Just drop it, Oz. It's nothing interesting anyways.
Fuck off, Doug. Vic, you gotta tell us.
How about you change the subject, you stubborn cunt? Ooh. You just called me? You heard me. You're a stubborn cunt.
Here's Doug for you, Vic. He likes to make big impressions in front of guests.
And Ozzy likes to play the bigger man whenever he gets his ass handed to him.
Hey, why don't you shut your mouth and stop making impressions like a little bitch?
I'm the little bitch? Let me clarify that you have some dignity of a scolded dog running away with your tail getting tucked behind your crotch.
Okay, that fucking does it.
You're gonna try and beat me down while you're drunk? That's laughable.
Why don't you fight me and stop whining like a 5-year-old?
And who's the one asking to start a fight here?
Just fuck already!
What am I walking into?
Well, Ozzy's just being ridiculous.
Actually, your boyfriend's being a cocksucker.
Oz, come on. I know Doug better than you do.
Of course you'd suck up to him.
But anyway, Vic, time for your first vodka.
Well...
It's not even that much vodka. Let's just see how it goes.
Wait, you're giving him vodka?
You didn't realize that already? Boy, you really are at the urge of passing out on your own vomit.
It's only a shot, Doug. And Vic, if you'd like, I brought some root beer to mix it with just in case you couldn't handle the taste.
Well, I guess I could.
Why don't you just think about it for a bit? Nobody's pressuring you to... Ozzy! Don't fucking record my brother drinking alcohol, okay?
Why up in arms about it?
It's my brother's first night out. He doesn't need to be publicly recorded for Snapchat.
Well, he's your little bro, not the fucking U.S. president. Make some sense here?
Listen, I know I'm being super cautious, but I don't want Vic to get in some serious trouble. And yes, I know I'm making a big deal out of everything as of recent, but...
Oh my god!
Did you actually take a shot?
Yeah, that was bad.
Holy crap, you actually did it. Everybody give my badass bro a round of applause.
Oh,
God, my stomach feels like it's on fire.
Does that mean you're up for another?
No!
Okay, it'll pass.
Hey, Tom,
What up, Doc?
let's go upstairs for a bit.
No. Go upstairs. That better not also include leaving a used condom in my sister's room after intercourse.
And besides, you're gonna be in
Don't think. I got in so much trouble for that shit because of you two. Don't bullshit me.
Don't worry about it. Won't even be here for the night.
Oh, I'm already prepared for the mess Doug's gonna leave me.
What?
I haven't seen a bong before. Well, thank God your bro brought you here because you're gonna get to experience someone getting high as fuck.
I'm right here.
You're scared of breaking the rules? Yeah. Yeah, and you pirate shit online, don't you? Tom told me. Oh, by the way, you still haven't told me about your username. Hold on, I'm looking it up. No, don't look it up. Yeah, don't look at your phone while you're drunk. Remember, you have to get a new one because you drowned yours in vomit last time? Shut the fuck up, Oz. I can still come. And don't get your head out of that bag. So, it's Victorious Annie 95?
Please don't read it out loud.
Yeah, not interested.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't want to read anything while intoxicated.
Oh, well, I don't know. I was kind of looking forward to it in a weird way.
Are you fucking dicking with me?
No, I was kind of anticipating it, actually.
You just said you didn't want me to read it, and now you want me to read it?
Yeah?
God damn it, man. You really are like your brother.
I was looking forward to it as well.
You don't get a word about it. Well, now go put your pink elephants in that trash bag or whatever.
You know, Tom told me that there would be a party, and I was expecting it to be a little more crowded.
Well, that was the plan. But since I don't want to deal with any more puke, I kind of just called off.
Oh, whatever.
You seem a bit easygoing.
Yeah, I guess I really didn't want to be here at first.
Well, did your brother make you come here?
Yeah.
I think it's because he cares about you. You know that?
Really?
I mean, for me, he can be stubborn as hell, but and just leave me behind to do all his dirty work. But I know that side of him, or he truly gives a shit. There was this one time where my douchebag friends at the time left me behind at a party, but Tom managed to drive me home while drunk.
He drove you while drunk?
I know. What a badass, actually. Tell me this. Why'd your brother make you come here?
Well, I guess he wanted me to socialize a bit more.
You aren't a very social person, aren't you? It's alright, I wasn't a very social person neither. Tell me, what do you typically do on a regular basis?
I just absorb myself into the internet. I go on Tumblr, I write fan fictions, and I do all this other dumb stuff.
Trust me, I did some similar shit before I met your brother. Except I played MMOs and watched anime.
That's pretty cool.
I would watch stuff like One Piece, Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online.
Wait. You watched Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
And you enjoyed it?
Oh, absolutely.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you making judgments based on what I enjoyed?
You might as well be watching Holocaust videos. I mean, what the hell, man?
Excuse me? Where the hell does this attitude come from?
Dude, Sword Art Online is like the Twilight Saga of anime.
Yeah. Your taste is no music.
God damn it, and not you two with this shit.
Oh my God!
Yes. Ozzy here doesn't know how to watch good videos.
You guys are really trying plus minus, I swear to God.
No. I'm actually really happy we had this conversation.
About your brother?
By the way, Vic?
Yeah?
Me and Tom have agreed that we should talk to you about something.
They're asking for a three-way. Get out of there!
Please, it's about... Oh, okay. I
think it's something that Vic should know about his own brother. Vic, just follow me.
I'm alive. Come in.
Sit here. So, how do I put this?
Actually, Doug, why don't I say what needs to be said? I'd like to say it as his brother.
Listen, you can just tell me whatever it is. I can promise I'll take it.
Yeah, what I'm about to tell you won't affect you very well, okay? Pretty damn well. You say and act like you take it well, but I know that it builds. It mentally develops, and I'm scared that what you're about to hear will really screw up our relationship as brothers.
So, what are you trying to say?
We're not actually brothers.
What?
Yeah, we're not related to each other by blood. I was adopted.
Wait, does that mean that...
No, Vic, you're still related to Mom. I was just born from someone else. She told me everything, but I know she hasn't told you because she flat out said she wouldn't. She didn't want you to react horribly, but you're old enough to know the truth.
Tom, listen, I don't care if we're not related. We can still be brothers. I'm actually really glad you told me.
You're glad?
Yeah, I'm glad that you told me the truth. Even though we're not related, I still want to look to you as my big brother. Tonight has taught me a lot.
Oh, just stop talking.
Tom, listen, it doesn't...
Oh, just shut up, Tom.
He just wants to...
Well, Vic doesn't even know the kind of dumbass that I really am. I can't do math. All my friends graduated before me. Don't have any good skills. You really don't get it, do you, Vic? You have some natural talents. You can write, you make friends with ease, and other things. For me, however, I have little to no knowledge, no future ahead of me, and now you've learned that I'm adopted. How should you feel glad about that, knowing as to why I'm a sponge to you and Mom?
Tom,
I need to step outside. Maybe you can think about it.
Tom, what do you mean by step outside?
I'm stepping out of the room. Does it need to be more obvious?
Better be near the door. I want to make sure you're not planning on doing anything stupid. Something that might traumatize Vic.
Tom, you're not planning...
Do I have to say it again? Stop talking.
No, Tom, you're my brother. I don't care if we're not related. The last thing I want in my life is for something horrible to happen to you.
Well, something has happened to you. Something horrible, which is me being a part of it.
Don't ever say that. How could you say something like that when you wanted to bring me here in the first place? You wanted me to socialize with people. You were the reason I made some friends tonight. And you got what you wanted. You always wanted to help me out in life. You were there when I couldn't beat a specific video game level. You were there when I was bullied and harassed. You were the one who wanted me to be better at socializing with people. It doesn't matter if we're not real siblings. I'll always see you as my big brother. If something were to happen to you, I'd never be able to keep my mind straight.
I hate it.
Tom, look, I wish you weren't so miserable. But you should feel glad you have such loving people in your life and good friends too that love you. Don't forget that.
Is everything all right? Tom?
Even people like Oz would be devastated if you...
Tom,
come outside with me.
So Vic, that side of Tom scared you, didn't it? Yeah, it did. You just told me we're not related. But I think I should tell you about his other side. That you never see. You see, Tom is extremely depressed. He always has been. It's to the point where he's also said and done very disturbing things that you, as his brother, should know. Like what? One night, he tried to stand by the side of the road in hopes that a car would. He has threatened to hang himself and has even cut to his own. Vic, please, do your brother a favor. Do your family a favor, and do everyone here a favor. Be with your brother. Be with him until the very end. talk to him, spend time with him, and do anything that will keep you from losing him. Because he is such an important part of your family.
Knock, knock, knock. The door opens and it's Tom and Doug enter. Doug's arm is wrapped over Tom's shoulders.
So, Tom,
Nick, very sorry about what I said to you. You mean everything to me, and how I responded it's inexcusable. My life may be difficult as it is, but I'll always find ways around it, and to give it all up would be emotionally devastating to you, to Mom, to Ozzy, Doug, and anyone who's ever known me.
Tom, if you ever have any problems, I'll be there to help you out with them. We're all here for you, because you've done the same for us. And even if we're not related, I'm still the one you can trust. And I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to give up. Look, everyone has flaws, and no one's perfect, but we're all here for each other. Come on, give me a hug.
Victor opens up his arms. Tom pauses, but then runs over to hug Victor.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're going to invite up the writer and director, Tristan and Deanna, for a talk back. Like, should be coming on.
Yeah, I know.
I noticed. So, anybody has heard of anything right here?
Okay, so I think I speak for everyone in this room. The C word didn't add anything to your show. You could have used any other word, but don't respond. That's like not saying anything.
It's a very powerful word, you know. But, yeah. Other comments?
Just in general, there was a lot of swearing, like a lot of excessive swearing. Like I know a lot of people who swear a lot, and even that, like this was like excessive. It didn't really add. There were some parts where it was, yeah, the curse was adding a little bit, but you did not need that many curses.
A little less person. Other criticism? I have one. I like the idea of it, like the different things that you were trying to tackle with it. I would just say it's a lot for a short show. So maybe like try to take like you said, there's like 5 huge things that you're trying to tackle, and it just gets a little confusing for the audience. So if you take out like 1 or 2 things and just focus on the other ones, I think it'll like resonate a lot better.
Yeah, I thought maybe some things were really awkward and just out of place.
No, not even that, but just like the big like overarching themes of it. That'd be hard for anybody to write. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other points? Eddie.
I think something that might benefit it would be like a bit of an epilogue or conclusion, like maybe something the next day.
Yes.
And so like how the relationship might change.
John.
I think putting the foul language aside, you have a very good knack for very natural conversation between characters, and it should be commended.
I really liked when it got real that like part was very heavy. I think the part leading up to it, like he told his brother that they weren't actually related, and he actually reacted really well to that. I liked what followed, but I just didn't think it was a good lead into that. But again, I really liked what followed. It was really good.
All right, everybody, that concludes tonight. Thank you all. Grant holders, please sign in over in this corner with Catherine.
I forget.
Yes.
You know I'm
You want it right here? Everybody will, as soon as everybody leaves, we can start.
Grant holders over here at Catherine.
I'll see you around. See you later, man. Good night. Thank you.
Catherine.
I'm gonna leave first.
But I will let you know and I will give it to you as I get it.
Other than that, I did what I said makes sense. Just
Eddie, Sean,
Huh?
you want to help us grab? You want to help us grab music stands?
Hello?
Well, I'm gonna have to like navigate around.
We're over the top.
just one huge thing.
Yeah.
I that was kind of right on myself.
Literally gonna fit my car right now. Let's get it. Actually, you want to help us grab some chairs?
Wait, Nick.
You can help too, Chris. Yeah. No, you're good. If you're in a show, you're good anyway. So, thank you. Want to help? Yeah. Oh, what? You go. All right. Okay. Follow. Go up the stairs when you get out.
Up the stairs?
All right. Relax, Gwen. Do you get good footage?
Yeah, I got some good footage. I'm just gonna grab one interview.
You want to go over to my Mac and turn off the brightness and then stop the recording? Thank you.
Yep.